Goodbye! After 13 minutes.
Then wait time of 1 poop, 13 minutes, and scream, I leave now.
Our first post. This is a 56-year-old coworker who says, Happy future Mother's Day. And also, the word buddy triggers me. Okay, pal. OP starts out with interesting, we shall see. And he says, Happy future Mother's Day. Like, the implication there is that you're going to be a part of that in some way, and I just really don't like that. OP says, hey, thanks, buddy. You too. Yeah, well, let's make it very clear that you are in a buddy scenario. There is no F involved except you know, friend zone. He says, friend zone, oh, classic OP. Whatevs. See you Monday. Oh yeah, he just lets that roll off his fucking back like water off a duck, this guy. You know, he's immune. He doesn't even care. I'm gonna tell you that I don't care. That's how much I don't care. Okay, Blake, I absolutely apologize. It was Mother's Day, and this one was impossibly bad. And it sounds like a joke, but the word buddy triggers me. Yeah, that sounds like your problem, friend. I hear nothing but disrespect in it, and I always did. Oh, that's too bad, Chief. Just keep hitting them with different ones. I love it. Maybe it's a Gen X thing, or maybe I'm just mental, but I reacted emotionally because I'm an idiot. Yeah, oh yeah, all is forgiven. Well, he's an idiot. I don't know. How can I hold it against him? It's pretty fucking easy. Please don't talk to me anymore. I'm gonna report you to HR, okay? I won't behave like this again. I enjoy your conversation too much. Ugh. And I won't text you about stupid shit anymore. I'm sorry about that too. You're a good person, and you deserve better. Yeah, better than you. At least we both know that, I guess. Sure, put it down in writing. I enjoy your conversation, but I won't text you about stupid shit. That sounds like win-win, you know? I no longer have to pretend that I care about your stupid shit. Play the little court jester monkey dancing around and providing conversation for you. The 56-year-old no friends creep. Get a fucking hobby outside of work, would you? Could you do anything else except the things that you're doing, please? Thank you.
Get the hell out of here and stay out, you pervert!
Ugh. He says I was spiking all weekend, and I thought I was protecting myself by shutting you out, and I'm sorry. What the fuck is spike? Who cares? Don't even explain it to me. Just go away. You know to go away now, so just do it. I'm not making excuses for anything. I just value you highly, and I want to get healthy. Yeah, not my fucking responsibility, pal. Get out! I don't know how many ways I could say it. I'm serious.
I put you on the sleep.
You're fucking frustrating as shit. How old is OP? We don't know. We know that he's 56 and presumably much older. Future Mother's Day. You want to get healthy? Apply this lead pipe to your forehead 3 times a day. It has to be a ReddX Industries brand lead pipe too. None other will do. You're the first person to ever call me on it. I've always hidden myself behind skill sets or whatever. It's so pathetic. Thank you for being so reasonable today and yesterday. Ugh, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just wanted you to leave me alone, if we're honest. Hidden myself behind skill sets? Yeah, what kind of skills you got?
Nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, computer hacking skills.
Pretty good with a bow staff? Fucking the katana lord out here? That's the vibe that I'm getting. Jesus Christ, just pack it in, you know? Know when to pack it in, please. I won't bother you again. I thought you were my friend. I'm sorry that you're not. I mean, she called you buddy. She just wanted to draw that line and to say it very clear, but you thought you could, like, slip past it somehow by being a weird old creep. Fucking classic. I want to get the Gubbinses in here early. Let's get some points on the board, shall we? So, what did you think of this one, boys?
He weaponizes his own insecurity to punish her for not wanting to breed with him. He claims a friendly greeting is disrespect because his ego is made of spun sugar and entitlement. He is not a friend. He is a predator playing the victim to guilt her into submission. Dark Gubbins.
Damn, pretty good. His ego is made of sponge sugar and entitlement. It's gonna be hard to beat, you know? What do you got for us, Gub Gub?
Buddy make him cry, he weak little worm. He roll in dirt and scream, I idiot, hoping she pick him up. He say, I leave now, but he stay and sniff her cave door for days. Smash him with club, Gubbins.
Sniff her cave door? Is that a euphemism for something? I'm gonna give the point to Dark Gubbins. I called that one early. I liked his response too much, but there we go. Points on the board, everybody! Let's get into another one and see how that goes. Here's some of that weird, creepy Discord shit that goes on. A little creepy asterisk in our Nice Guy post. I'll give it a try. Goes into YM full wolf fallen angel form and teleports in front of you, pushing you down. Good start. You have no idea what I have done for your whore self. I loved you. I was scared too. You know that? Yeah, I guess it's apparent now. You were all I ever fucking had. And for years I had to watch as you blew other dudes and being reminded of how I would never be enough for you. You watched that? It's probably not great for your mental health, as clearly exhibited here. What the fuck? So shut up and knock it off! My necklace shatters as half of my body turns purple, showing overtaking corruption. Oh no, guys! Look out! That's where Dark Gubbins came from. A wolf boy necklace. It's just purple corruption. I have abandoned school to care for you. I've lost so many people because of you. My Mophie hates me because I chose you over her. So sorry if my brother thinks of me first, but that's because he knows what I have done for you. Enough of your corrupting! Oh, fuck! Goes back as I go back to the shadows. This is a top tier roleplay, I'm gonna tell you that much. And then he says, what the fuck happened here? How did the world necklace shatter? This is just truly unhinged. I don't. What are you supposed to say about that? I have no context for anything that happened. That just kind of like happened to me and then it was over. And maybe it's best left that way, you know? We don't need to dissect it any further. The world necklace has been shattered. Nothing we do matters anymore.
No, you maniac! What are you doing? Only a fool would play God!
Our next nice guy, during this wall of text, at some point says, I can't understand the thought process behind women who dismiss nice guys who love and support them. Yes, love and support them with no strings attached whatsoever. Out of the goodness of my heart, because I'm so nice. You damn bitch. I'll let him do it, that's fine. Women, what do you have against nice guys? I can't understand the thought process behind women who dismiss nice guys who love and support them both financially with what they can and emotionally over a guy who has an obvious sexual rotation with women and does drugs and provides for them financially, but only so because of the sex that they get in return. Hardly ever listens to you or gives you emotional support, isn't religious, and so on. isn't religious is a really weird one to throw in there, but I'm gonna point out like the financial side of this. You're essentially trying to manipulate her in exactly the same way, you're just not as good at it, and so you're upset about it, which is hilarious to me. There isn't a single guy out there, no matter how much money they have, that would choose a woman that is scantily, gets her money from questionable means, drinks, smokes, lives in the moment. Other guys want to bang her with over a good woman that has a head on her shoulders and is well educated and nurturing and supportive and feminine. I know this doesn't apply to all women, but the majority of women nowadays can't appreciate anything. I don't know if you're making your point. It's just hilarious to preach at people and also insult them at the same time. That's not going to work, okay? Although I guess I do it to nice guys and incels quite often, but that's different because reasons. You're constantly auditioning while she considers other men who has more than you. If that's the type of chick you're going after, then reconsider. Or get more stuff, I don't know. You could play it one of two ways. You take them on a date, and they either flake, show up late, and even while on the date, they're on their phones, never ask you questions about your day or your goals or your dreams, hardly touch the food they ordered, and after the date, take ages to respond to text. Never reciprocate loving messages you send them of encouragement or support. Just being a kind, simple, humble man, women automatically perceive you as moo-moo, like there's something wrong with you and see you as a mark to be taken advantage of. I guess probably on dating apps, the ones that are still swimming around dating apps forever, like the icebreaker question that I would have is, how long have you been on this app? because if it's months, I don't know. Perhaps that does point to something like fundamentally dysfunctional. I don't know. Thank God I don't have to use the apps. Everybody's talking about like what a hellscape it is, and there's nowhere else to go. I don't know if I believe that 100%. It's harder out there in the world, isn't it? But you could do it. Come on, just try it. Again, I reiterate that not all women are like this, but the majority of them are like this given enough time, and those that aren't play mind games of their own, making it hard for you to convince them that you have good intentions. It's such a sad state of affair. I've been looking for a good lady for a while now, just noticed they're all the same. Can I get here? I don't know. Where are you? Definitely don't come here, if that's what you're talking about. I don't want you anywhere near me. I think we've gone over that at length, okay? I agree it's a sad state of affairs. I'm not going to deny the male loneliness epidemic or the female loneliness. The human loneliness epidemic is what it's become because everybody wants to spend more time online than in real life, and it's somewhat of a problem. Becoming more of a problem as we see, you know, the Gen Z. Oh my God, the Gen Alpha is going to be fucking wild, bro. But yeah, I really don't think that manipulating women financially, which is what you're trying to do, while also trying to pass yourself off as this nice, humble guy, is really going to work, okay? Pick a fucking lane, be who you are deep down, you know? And I know people hate to hear that shit, be yourself, but like, if you really took the time to sit down and think about life and what you believe and what you want, then you would find somebody that's compatible. You know, they might not believe everything you believe, but you can get along well enough to build a life together. Look at that person 10 years down the road and be like, hell yeah, dude. I want to do this for another 80. So, I don't know. Good luck is what I'll say. But I gotta let the Gubbinses get in here and tear a piece off too. You know how it goes.
He think giving shiny rocks make him chief? No. He just weak gatherer with no spear. Woman look at magic slate because he boring like dry mud. He cry nice guy, but he act like angry baby who drop meat. He keep talking, he gonna get on God in the bunga. Gubbins.
I like how you drop Unga in the book. Yeah, that's a good way to go. Can't deny that. He is a wheat gatherer with no spear. How about you, Dark One? What do you have to say?
He views human connection as a transaction. Insert financial support. Dispense intimacy. He complains women treat him like a mark, while he actively tries to purchase their affection like a commodity. He is single not because women hate nice guys, but because his personality is a void filled only with entitlement. Dark Gubbins.
God damn, Dark Gubbins cuts so deep. I don't think Ungad in the Bunga can bring it back around, dude. I'm sorry, Gubbins. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Dark Gubbins just laid it out too fucking flat. So there you go. That is an evil laugh. He knows. He knows what he's doing. That's okay. Well, there's more points to gain. We'll continue on and see what we get with our next post. Our next nice guy swears that he never meant to manipulate or gaslight anybody, which is exactly what somebody says when they're manipulating or gaslighting you. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Hey, it's been bugging me that you think I was calling you insecure. I was not. I was saying that I didn't want you to be insecure about our relationship, as in, is this guy loyal? Does he find me attractive? Again, I'm sorry. I think you're extremely level-headed, and you know what you want. It's just been bugging me lately, especially after I saw this dumbass introspective about Dennis on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yes, I always let It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia introspectives made by autistic YouTubers direct my life and its flow. That's a it's an interesting way to go.
I am the Golden God!
Again, I've never seen any episodes until lately, and I've just been seeing how much of a manipulative character that is, and I just regret even saying that I relate to him. I guess I only related in the fact that I try to put myself on a higher pedestal than others, but yeah, like you said, if I relate to him, then that's a red flag. If you relate to any of the characters and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's a fucking red flag, okay? I don't know, dude. This is the weirdest way to view your life. The lens of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but go off, I guess. At least you're trying to discover things about yourself, I guess. And yeah, he did some horny posting, and then OP doesn't respond. He just says, "Well, here's how Plan B works. I asked a lot of my girlfriends, even my exes, because I'm still friends with all of them." Yeah, it's a red flag too. Is Dennis friends with all of his exes? Is that like a storyline I'm unaware of?
S. Separate entirely. D-E-N-N-I-S.
About what I had said and done, and they all agree that it was the wrong time every time I brought it up. Too soon, whatever, but they also agreed that what you told me was hurtful. One of them said, "What's the point of a relationship if you have no shoulder to cry on?" OP says, context here, I told him that I wouldn't be a shoulder for him to cry on or vent about his exes. Yeah, these fucking, why are they still around? Exes. We don't remain friends with our exes generally. I don't think I'd want to deal with that drama, honestly. I even if I heard they had a great relationship and were totally just best buddies, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to wonder, so I'm just not gonna do that. Thanks.
You are all the things that are wrong with you.
You should be just as able to take that way out, OP. I believe in you. I understand that what I was telling you was very out of pocket, but can you blame me for feeling a certain way when I tell you that my ex was a total nymphomaniac and then you reply with, "I think I am too." Everybody likes to do it, okay? We've watered down the meaning of the word nympho, all right? Everybody likes to do it. Can we just accept that as a fact? Okay, it's nothing special. Maybe we should reserve the word for, like, you know, the actual condition. that affects people's lives in a massively negative fashion. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, OP said, yeah, I think I am too. Or was. I forget what you said. In my mind, I guess I just kept talking about you and our past relationships to test you. Yeah, fucking red flag number, what, 4 or 5? I'm not liking anything I'm seeing here, if I'm honest. Don't fucking test me. You don't want to turn it into that, do ya? But from what I could tell you, But from what I could tell, you only had a negative experience grooming. Oh, he's the authority on that, I guess. He's just like, yeah, you know all those things you told me in confidence? I'm gonna weaponize that against you. And women do it too. And it's always the fucking worst thing to see. Immediately I'm just like, oh, you're garbage. I get it now. He continues, not once did you smile when talking about an ex until I asked you if that dude had big schmeat. Then again, it was like a guilty smile, but damn, I walked right into it by asking. You feel emasculated by that, do you? Good. Keep that deflated ego firmly in your mind. And you might do well for yourself at some point. I never meant to manipulate you or gaslight you. I just wanted clarity. You'd literally tell me you were going to LA to be a groupie with your friend, and I said go. But you can't handle my business? Seems a little, just a tad bit insecure. I don't think she's the insecure one here. The only reason you're brave enough to say go is because you got the council of X's hanging off your nuts or whatever the hell's going on there. I hope you can write me back and talk about this. I'd like to see you again. Good night. Yeah, I'm not interested in any of that. But OP does respond, I think. Just an okay reaction image, like, WTF, buddy? Jesus Christ, dude. That's a really good response, yeah. Probably no response at all is most ideal, but I'll take Jesus Christ, dude. Literally said that in reference to you complaining about your ex. That's weird AF, the crying on the shoulder thing. Then she points out the test you line and says, yeah, toxic and weird. And then the never meant to manipulate you line, and she says, literally did not say that, Lamau. I actually specifically said that was part of the reason I was reluctant and didn't want to visit. I just want to see my friend, which I'm doing in October. Goodbye, because that's insane and manipulative AF, so you genuinely need to seek some help or something. Yeah, at minimum, okay? You want to pretend you're all nonchalant about these things, but really, you've kept a rigorous record with the Council of X's. It's creepy. It's weird.
Weird. Buddy? You're weird.
I don't know why anybody would put up with this. I don't think anybody will. Unless you get to be a member of the council. Very prestigious position. Hanging off these nuts. Lord. Yeah, I'll just get the governor in here. What do you boys think about it? Dark One, go.
He proudly identifies with Dennis Reynolds, a caricature of a sociopath, mistaking a personality disorder for depth. He triangulates his victim using a council of X's to validate his emotional abuse, then admits to testing hers because he views human connection as a power struggle. He is terrified of losing. He is not corny. He is a narcissist in the larval stage. Dark Gubbins.
Damn, that's pretty real. Again, Dark Gubbins is just cutting down to the meat of the matter. But we'll let Young One take a swing, so go ahead, boy, what do you think?
He summoned council of used-to-be mates to help him win argument. He bring whole tribe just to lift one pebble. He see man on magic slate who keep women in cages and say, ah, he just like me. That not good spirit animal. That brain rot. He ask about other hunters' club size. Why? He want to borrow it? He want to polish it? She throw rock at him. He sends scribbles of potato men. He not golden god, he fool's gold painted on dried dung. Gubbins.
I like the club. You want to borrow it? You want to polish it? And yeah, Gubbins using brain rot. I like it. I like it, and I gotta give Gubbins a point. Come on. Let's just give Gubbins a point, okay? He's still working out. He's having a rougher day than usual. I think Gubbins just has like a strength for neckbeard stories, and Dark Gubbins has a strength for like nice guys and incels. Because he crawls around in the brain. That's the part that I like too. But Dark Gubbins is not a good spirit animal either, unfortunately. But fortunately, we do have time for probably another post or two, maybe. So let's continue on and see if we can at least tie it up. We'll see what happens. Our next nice guy claims to be too smart. He says, hey. OP says, hey. And he says, lol. And then unsent like 6 messages. Were they pictures or something? OP says, gorgeous. So he's gorgeous. He didn't fuck it up because he's not good looking, okay? He was a shoo-in, and he messed this up all on his own. Generational fumbles. I guess we'll see how it happens. He says, thanks! And then, it was nice knowing you. Take care. Goodbye! After 13 minutes. 9:01 to 9:14 a.m. And that's it. That's all it takes. I don't want to get to know you anymore. You took 15 minutes away from your phone, and that is a sin that I cannot, I simply cannot forgive. OP just says, okay. Did I offend you somehow? He says, not really, but your late reply tell me something else. Also, I'm too smart. Goodbye. Too smart. Yes, okay. Farewell forever. OP says, okay, cool. Sorry my life doesn't revolve around my phone. That response told me everything I need to know. Haha. Ciao. Yeah. Fucking bullet dodge there. Nobody wants to deal with that. What the hell? Just too smart. Exhibit that for me. Just, if you would. You type like a mouth-breathing moron because you're a mouth-breathing moron. And really, it wasn't even the grammar that, that caused him to fuck it all up. It's just his inability to wait for a reply. You're just sitting there staring at your phone for too long. Go do something else. Take a walk, would you? Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's see what the Gubbinses have to say, shall we?
He throw 6 rocks, then panic and hide them. He afraid of own words. You call him pretty, he say thanks. Then wait time of 1 poop, 13 minutes, and scream, I leave now. He say me too smart, but he talk like concussion victim. He not smart, he prey animal. Gubbins.
I mean, you're even insulting prey animals at that point. There's just nothing going on behind the eyes. If a lion came up to bite him, he'd be like, cool, I'm gonna take a picture for Instagram. And it would bite his spine and crush it. I'd like to see that, actually. Dark Gubbins, go ahead.
He panic deleted 6 messages because his desperation was so potent it embarrassed even him. He declares, I'm too smart to wait 13 minutes, yet lacks the object permanence to realize you exist when not instantly servicing his ego.
Oof.
He is a self-sabotaging void who pre-rejected you to avoid the inevitable discovery of his own hollowness. Dark Gubbins.
God damn, he just cooked so hard. He lacks the object permanence to realize that you exist when not instantly servicing his ego. I can't not give the point to Dark Gubbins. I think the time of 1 poop, 13 minutes, is about accurate. And I want to give the point to Gubbins so bad, but the last point was kind of a pity point, so I'm gonna give it to Dark Gubbins. Good job, boy. You slapped it out of the fucking park today. You destroy everything in your path, and we both know that, OP.
Because I crush everything,
etiquette for a gentleman. Yeah, you can definitely trust a random Tumblr user. He's got a top hat and a monocle and a mustache in his profile picture. What else do you want? That's how you know he's a gentleman. Like 1950s steampunk gentleman who literally wants you barefoot pregnant in the kitchen. Rule 203 of being a gentleman. Chasing a girl worth chasing is more important than any rules that might tell you to stop. Yeah, that's really concerning. Are you sure we want to codify that, like, as a rule, with a number and everything? Sonnet Stockmar replies and just has a picture of a restraining order, which, yes, useful in this case, I should say. I don't need to throw it to the gubbins. It is what it is. Let's continue. Here's a Facebook Marketplace interaction where at first you might think like, wow, this isn't choosing beggars, but no, it takes a turn. Just buckle up. Youth Kyrie 8 Go. I don't know what that is, but presumably it's shoes. I find out later that it's shoes. He says, hello, is this still available? And she says, yes. And he says, can you ship to this place as I am busy? OP says, well, if you cover shipping costs, then yeah, I can do that. He said, what should be the cost? And I only need red ones. OP says, well, I'd need the $50 up front over Venmo or Apple Pay, and I can let you know the shipping price and send proof of the receipt as soon as I send them out. They would be shipped through UPS. And he says, okay, if I come to your location, what should be the price for red shoes? OP says, well, I just lowered them to $50, and can you meet tomorrow in this place before 4 p.m.? Yeah, you definitely don't want to meet this guy after dark, I'll tell you that. He says, I only need one pair. OP says, 2 youth is the size of the shoes. And he says, 8. And she says, no, the size that I have is 2 youth. They are kids' shoes. He says, oh, okay, sorry. OP says, aha, no problem. If you could shoot me a rating on our communication, that would be so helpful for me, though. And he says, yeah, sure. Are you a student? No, to that you just respond, I'll wait for your rating. I look forward to that. But OP's trying to be cordial, I guess. She says, I'm not a student. I graduated a couple years ago. He says, oh, I am an international student from India, currently pursuing masters in food science at Stout. Oh yeah, that old get out, is it?
Tempting, but no.
He says, well, what's your major? OP says, business management. He says, oh, great. Are you doing any job? How about you fuck off with the 20 questions, okay? I'm busy. You have to ship these to me, but also I want to ask you everything about your life. I see what you're doing. I see what you're angling for, and I ain't fucking got time for it, all right? OP responds cordially again and says, not really for my major, but trying out a few side gigs at the moment. Just trying to resell some shoes and sell my art on the side. And he says, oh, art. And then sends a peace sign emoji, 2 fingers. Yeah, 2 fingers to you too, fucko. Like, you could have let the conversation drop right here, but maybe OP wants to try and sell some of the art. Like, I understand the hustle, you know? I'm trying to sell Gubbins pictures in the Discord. I invented Gubbins Gotcha, and you can summon 1 Gubbins every day. There's also, like, booster packs and shit if you wanted to contribute to the channel. It's a channel tip with some benefits attached to it, okay? So far, nobody has pulled a legendary Gubbins. We've had a few epics pulled, which I think is really cool. Anyway, yeah, the game's really fun. Join the ReddX Discord. Thanks so much. See what I mean about the hustle? OP says, I'm working on a website for my art soon. I just had a lot of prints made. And then presumably he'd be like, oh, how much are those? Etc., etc. It's not going to go that way. He's not looking to actually buy anything, okay? Unless we're talking about a dowry, I guess. He says, oh, I will take one. May I know your age? OP has some pictures here showing off the art, but responds with the age question with, I'm 26. And he says, oh, me too. March 4th, 1998. hand over mouth emoji. What does that mean? OP says, nice. And he says, price for each? You have kids? Married? Don't think too much. I'm kind of enthusiastic. And again, hand over mouth emoji. What does it mean? Somebody comments, please tell me what the fuck that's supposed to mean. I don't like it. You've become far too familiar simply because I asked you for a review, and then he's like, oh, I have leverage, and then maybe I'll pay you for the art. There's a little bit more leverage. Tell me more about your life and your husband and your kids and where I can fit into all of that. Just fuck off, okay? Focus on your masters. No matter what food you make, no matter how many degrees you get, you're always going to be fucking mid because you don't know how to put the ball up top and put your nose into what you're doing. No fucking commitment. It's just, yeah, that's all I can say. You are a disappointment to everybody around you. Congratulations on your piece of paper. You'll never do anything with it. You'll make disappointing Indian food. OP says the biggest prints I have are $25. Each medium is $20 and smalls are $15. I do have a little 3-year-old stepson. And he says, oh, but they are lucky who marry you. Are we fucking done here? Can I go now? Oh my god. You are smile gorgeous that I have never seen in virtual citizens. Virtual citizens? Yes, not even my Neopets had a smile that gleamed like that. Virtual citizens. Thanks for watching my videos, virtual citizens. Do you have Snapchat? OP says, yeah, thank you. However, I'm not interested in other communication other than pertaining to my posts. Sorry, gotta keep everything respectful. Yeah, and then he's gonna start coping real hard. He says, yeah, you know, I have a little communication problem, so what I want to do, friendship. If you like to friendship, I am happy. No other relationships, just friends. Yeah, so you can spend 3 years fucking beta orbiting about and then complain about how you're stuck in the friend zone forever. You're a moron. You know that? Just say the thing that you mean. Quit trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. It's like the dumbest shit in the world. If I break your trust, just block me and go. That's it. I will gladly do all of that. I have one love, but I don't know what happens. She's in India. Wait, I will send her picture. It's my Apple phone wallpaper. And sure enough, there's an Indian lady on an Apple phone wallpaper. But how are you taking this picture? You have a second phone? He's cheating. Like, he's sending you a picture, like, here's the lady that I want to cheat on with you. And, I hate it. On many levels. I am sending this because you are not trusting me. I don't know why girls always feel the same thing with all boys. I just want to break this. Break this? Yeah, his anger's rising up. That's some very concerning shit that you're saying right now, whatever your name is. And then right after he says the break this shit, he asks her, friends? With 2 question marks, like, if you don't say yes right now, I'm gonna come and find you. But OP keeps her cool. Still cordial the entire time. I like this vibe, honestly. It's like distant and professional, but still probably you opened up a little too much. I wouldn't have fucking tolerated half of this. And OP says, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in continuing this conversation any further. Bam, fucking line in the sand. He says, the only one here whom I seen the smile and started conversation is you. That means only you. I just want friendship. Sad, crying, weird emoji. It's like crying with a happy face. Nobody ever uses that emoji. I don't know what the fuck it means either. I guess there's like a cultural barrier, like even with emojis, you know? I've never seen anybody use the hand over the mouth one either. Anyway, OP then blocks him. Yeah. His first name, S-A-I? Saiyan, Super Saiyan Goku. We found out who he is, guys. Don't trust Super Saiyan Goku. This is some of the creepiest shit ever. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised one little bit.
Walla texts to beg for friendship. Loser can't even buy Kyrie shoes. He down bad for strangers. This beta male need to unga bunga his own head in. Touch grass. Gubbins.
Oh, I think he's unga bungaing as he's typing all this.
His desperation is almost palpable, a sticky residue clinging to every message. He believes that with sufficient prostration, affection will be granted, not understanding that such things are earned through genuine connection, a skill tragically absent from his repertoire. Dark Gubbins.
Jesus, Dark Gubbins again, just hitting real hard these days. Seeing down to the core of, like, this dude's soul, essentially. Gubbins trying to be cool, saying down bad, talk about Kyrie shoes. I don't know what the hell Kyrie shoes are, so I'll take away points for that. It's not a function to take away points, but I can give Dark Gubbins a point. That's what I know. Well deserved, young man. Gubbins, you gotta step it up, alright? The brain rot thing, it's not doing you any favors. I do like the unga bungaing, though. It's still funny to me. You have another chance to even it up, but to do that, we'll need to get into our next post, so let's continue along. Here's a short story about a guy who went to Italy only to fail at becoming a passport bro. Well, Naples officially sucks on trying to find a woman. I was talking to someone and asked her out and got turned down again. I'm tired of getting turned down by these snobby, money-grubbing girls that only want good-looking guys that has money and nice cars. Yeah, fucking welcome to Italy. What did you think the culture was? They have like Ferrari and Versace and Bugatti and all this shit, like... I don't know what you thought you were gonna get to, truly. I'm done trying all these Naples girls. They aren't worth shit. You don't want to give a good, hard-working, nice guy like me a chance. Then screw you all. Yeah, that's probably the way to go through life, isn't it? Just, I have it right. You all are wrong for reasons that I shall not elaborate on. Aside from, like, you didn't give me any. Well, maybe you didn't deserve any. I mean, you go over there and think just by being an honest, hard-working guy. Everybody's fucking honest and hard-working. We're all out here doing the thing every day. That's the bare minimum at this point, all right? Nobody gives a shit. Form an emotional connection. It's like Dark Gubbins just told you, right? You walk up and talk for 5 minutes and you're like, why don't you want to go on a date with me? Well, because you're not that fucking attractive to me, okay? You really want to get down to it? You're sort of gross. There's a reason that you failed where you left from, and you still haven't found success because the thing hasn't changed. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where you go in the world. Eventually, girls are gonna suss that out about you and be like, oh, this is a damaged individual. And maybe you should look deep down inside and figure out why that is. What sort of stink you're giving off. You know what I mean? And just to clear it up a little bit further, I think a lot of women are willing to date broke men. 100%, okay? The reason that I left California is because I was failing financially, not romantically.
Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want.
I won't talk your ear off about it again. We'll go ahead and get into the next post, shall we? I'm gonna break my whole layout for this one because the wording's tiny as shit. It says, hey, reception is bad. Were you just at the bar? And she says, no, you got the wrong number. He says, well, that's a relief. Thanks, OP, baby. If that'd be you, I would have had a more trivial night. Oh, it's a pickup line. Okay. OP sends question marks. And he says, just someone you loved from the past thought they saw you at a dive. I wanted to tell you that I think you look beautiful lately, and that you sound really good from your voicemail. Yeah, that's all it takes. I called her voicemail box 100 times. She just sounds so good. I hope you're doing good in school and whatever else you got going on. You've always been special. Take care, Sugarfoot.
Why, you ain't called me Sugarfoot in years.
Sugarfoot. You too, mayonnaise hands. What the fuck? And OP says, who is this? What do you mean by you would have a trivial night? A night of little importance? You know, like most of the nights in his life, I presume. He says, a night of some thought, which I suppose the very thought of you interfering with my current has accomplished, so... What the fuck are you trying to say right now? But I have it say it's a little easier knowing it's a doppelganger. They didn't do me any favors by acting like you, having reaction to seeing me, which makes me wonder who they were, if not Quick herself. Can you English for just fucking like half a second? One coherent thought out of your mushed up stupid little brain. Please, just one. That's all I need. Something to hang my hat on. He's this fucking idiot. Like, invents a girl, invents a doppelganger. He's like, I'm gonna text that girl. Was that you at the bar? Oh my god. I just saw like your twin or something like that. Just say you were thinking about me. Just text me at 2 a.m. and say you up. You know, don't put any pretense on it. We don't need to lie and dance around and do all this stupid bullshit, okay? And with such terrible syntax. Such fucking awful vernacular. He says, I'll leave you now to continue your thriving and wish you the best. Take care of yourself. OP says, okay, man. If this is S, I would like you to politely fuck off. He says, nah, but take care, dude. She says, okay, come on, my interest is piqued. A? He says, what did S or A do? I'm interested. And she says, well, S was a piece of shit narcissist, and A was kind, but bipolar. He says, young and dumb. So you are one of the two. Probably the first one. The narcissist that invents people at the bar, so I have an excuse to try and talk to you. Okay, have a good night, S. Never fucking darken our doorway again, if you please. OP says, S was 30, I was 19. A and I never really dated, but talked a lot, long distance. Oh, how easy it is to manipulate a young, autistic, trauma-riddled person. I mean, yeah, I guess. Although it does seem like we're opening up an awful lot to somebody who we really haven't even established their identity, so maybe let's work on that part first. It's easy to dismiss accountability from your shitty actions, especially when you have society. I'm just a girl. Eat hot chip and lie on your side.
Everybody knows girls born after 1993 can't cook. All they know is charge their phone, eat McDonald's, flirt, be bisexual, eat hot chip, and lie. I'm not either, but have noticed and talked. Or I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That eat hot chip and lie meme? That's the one semi-coherent thought that I get out of your gray meat that you carry around in your skull for some stupid reason. Because clearly it doesn't help you to function. Just walk around drooling on everything and spouting memes every 5 seconds like anybody's gonna have any idea what the hell you're talking about. OP says, ha, you sound like an asshole too. I'm mystified that the conversation's gone on this long. If you've judged this person in that way, why don't you just depart? And then it's over. I didn't believe you were manipulated. I think you were never ready to be in a decent, healthy relationship, and sabotaging it along the way as if your life depends on it. Same, honey. Same. And OP says, oh, so you are S. Yeah, duh. But you take care now. Feel free to never reach out and continue to not learn from good things and people in front of you. Nope. Yeah, I'm definitely not that guy that you were just talking about.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Even though, like, clearly you're offended about the line of conversation you were having about that guy. Well, you're the one that asked, Sugarfoot. Mayonnaise brains, fucking. I'm just someone who sees you for who you are. I'd imagine if he did, there would be more words to be said. Peace. OP says lol, and he says lol, but in capitals. This is getting really fucking passive-aggressive and boring. Sure, there's some history here. Okay, you got some bad blood. Shake it out. I don't know what to tell you. Shit happens, and life's that way sometimes, and maybe we were just two ships in the night. passing by each other, learning things that we needed to learn from each other, but instead here we are, dwelling many years after the fact, texting us from random numbers and pretending not to be who we actually are. Can you just fucking have an honest moment for once in your life? Would that be so hard? I guess so. OP says, I love how this started with hope things are going well and ended with you're a horrible person. Very smooth. Yeah, definitely S. He says, well, your friend got showed itself and oh, couldn't help it. What the fuck? Please, just English. OP says, yeah, that wasn't a real sentence. Try again. He will. He says, well, your ugly showed itself and I couldn't help it. OP says, ha, you do not even know me. And he says, okay, OP. OP says, I'm saying, you don't know who I am as a person. Clearly you know my name. That's been established. And he says, no one can. It changes. You don't know me. You keep calling me people you've obviously screwed over and haven't taken responsibility for. OP says, yeah, seems you'd rather me not know. And he says, only blame them. OP says, you sound like a coward. I mean, he can't even really have a direct conversation. He is a coward. The fact that we're still engaging with it, I can't anymore, okay? It's not even over yet. He says, hey, I don't care at this point, since you came off rude. Yeah, I'm the rude one here. OP says, hey, you switched up on me. He says, nah, you did. Since day one, with your cheating ways. Oh, that's where the burn really comes from. OP says, well, I explained who those two guys were, and then you said I took no accountability. That's you coming off rude, buddy. I didn't start it. You know nothing about them, yet you blame me. This is so dumb. Why does it matter what an anonymous fucking person has to say? Like, truly, give me one reason to invest any mental real estate in this whatsoever, and I'll be totally on board. But there's no reason for it. Just sit here and have a shit sandwich stuffed in your face, and then you keep taking a bite and go, okay, that's good, now take it away. But you keep taking a bite. You know what I mean? Like, sure, this dude's a scumbag weirdo, but you're also enabling the behavior. Just stop talking to him. Stop talking. It's easy. Anyway, he says, I'm coming off as truthful. I talked to both of those people, and I know what I know. You should be ashamed of yourself, ruining two people, and then blaming them for it. Wow, you seem really invested in the lives of these two people that you definitely aren't. S took you around the world and worked for you, and A, well, we both know what he did, and me, I didn't stand a chance. You destroy everything in your path, and we both know that, OP.
Because I crush everything, I crush everything.
OP says, oh, fun. The mystery goes on around the world. Yeah, like 3 states. I mean, that's pretty neat, I guess, when you're 19, isn't it? Doesn't mean I owe you shit for it. Like, it's a thing that you volunteered to do. In the final throes of a dying relationship, he was like, let's have a baby. And I was like, fuck no, let's go to Michigan. That sounds better to me. Not so permanent, not so life-altering. Hope he says, yeah, 3 states. That's definitely around the world. Worked for me for it? He didn't work. He was living off his savings. I think your info's a bit off, bud. Honestly, at 30, living off your savings, still taking trips around the world, you know? I mean, strictly within the tri-state area, but definitely almost around the world. OP says, I'm really enjoying this. Do go on. It's great entertainment. And with that part, I guess I can agree. I do like to watch the shit show, that's true. He said, where do you think savings comes from? Are that oblivious? It's past hardships, past work. But I see you through these examples of your other exes. Just feel sorriest for that one. Yeah, that one. Who is you? just say it's you. Fucking own it, you know? Such a gutless, squirmy little boy. And stupid on top of all that. Oh, I know you're messaging one, confirming things. And he's just a simp. Yeah, LP just texted S, like, is this you from the other number? Stop texting me. And he's like, oh, I know you're texting that other one. That's not me. He can't form a fucking sentence. What makes you think he can lie about his alter ego? Like, this is the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. I'm gonna tell you that. This man way overestimates his own abilities, okay? So take care, OP. No more entertainment out of me. OP says he fully knew I didn't have a job, complained about it constantly, pressured me into doing everything, including butt stuff, and he threatened to leave me in California. I wonder if I would have been more interested in him if he weren't obsessed with himself and obsessed with making me worship him. I don't know who you think I'm messaging or how you would even know such a thing. I imagine you're just making it up to mess with me. But too bad, you're wrong. Oh, so he's just telling lies, little fibs. The scary part is I believed him. That's what these narcissists do, don't you know? Nice guy then says, I didn't know you were in Cali. Why would someone threaten to leave you there? Had you not got caught cheating again and again and again? How does a partner that you're engaging in intimate things with pressure you when that's the thing that you're both diving into? I mean, she's probably sort of followed your lead into that. She's 19. She doesn't know what she's into, okay? Sort of just, you're a 30-year-old, you're leading the relationship, and yeah, you told her what she's into. And then maybe at some point she woke up, shook it off, and realized maybe I'm not actually into that. Maybe more of like a two-way street thing would suit me a bit better. Nice guy says, you're not making sense, hun. Just probably told a bunch of sob stories to your parents and psychiatrists to justify your victimhood. Yeah, and you seem to know that line quite well, too. Either way, it seems like both of us were decent and you were the problem. Yeah, probably. If that's what you need to tell yourselves to leave me the fuck alone, I would really appreciate that. Sure, I did everything bad. That's fine. And OP says, I think you're fun to poke and prod. You obviously think about me often. How flattering. I think it's fascinating that you don't understand the concept of consent, nor the concept of searching for admiration and validation from others while in an abusive relationship. He said, what? Did they have a gun to your head? OP says, no. They had the option of leaving me wherever we were without a way home. He says, and that's why you put out? Why even go? Again, anonymous stranger, I don't really feel like getting into it. Like, OP says that she finds it fun, but I don't know. It feels like unpaid emotional labor, and I'm really not into that. She says, you obviously don't know how narcissists work. And he says, I think you just got obsessed with a word like narcissist and related to anything that keeps you from accountability from your own actions. I mean, I'm not gonna say that couldn't be the case, but who texted who in this situation? Who's opening up about all this shit? That seems like accountability to me. Yeah, some things happened. Although I will note that she didn't push back when he pointed out the cheating thing. She's like, yeah, I did do that. And she was seeking emotional validation in others, you see. So whatever, everybody has their sob story, as it turns out. OP retorts and says, well, I suppose that is one interpretation, an incorrect one, but still. And he says, start with him. OP says, start with specificity. You have an obese father who wants to bang you, and the closest he can get is to subscribe and watch, presumably adult video thing, this creating the creature that you are. You run to your true maltreater when you need financial help. And OP says, oh, new lore. Yeah, now we're getting into the deep lore. And he gets off to it as much as your freak show tits post-reduction. Entertaining, right? Freak show tits. Well, okay. God forbid I ever want to spend a day without my back feeling like it's breaking apart because of my giant chest. OP says, yes, very entertaining. Please continue. Tell me more about myself. He says, no thanks. I'm getting very little from this. Bye, hun. She says, it's funny how many times you've said that, just to respond again. Yeah, I hope that this will be over at some point, you know. He says, well, soak it up, cause this is the last. OP says he doesn't even know about blank, so I don't know how he'd find it. Sounds like you're making stuff up if you ask me. Can't imagine thinking so much about someone you hate. You're probably lonely. That would explain it. Honestly, very true. Get a fucking hobby, alright? You got time enough to hate somebody, you got time enough to get your ass on the horse and make some money to pull yourself out of the bullshit situation that's kept you isolated and alone for so long. And I'm not saying money's the one thing that's gonna fix it, but I don't know. Wouldn't it feel good to go outside? Touch a little grass, maybe? And he responds again, it's really not over. It's never gonna be over, is it? He says, well, that's the thing. I don't hate you. I just think you're too far lost to ever reason with. And the reason you hate me is because I left like most do from your life. All from you, OP. From you. Being unfaithful. Irregular. When you find someone worth it, you ruin it. It doesn't last. And for that, I don't hate you. I understand why. It's always been him. What? Her fat father? Is that...
When I'm finished, you can have what's left.
There won't be any left. There's never any left.
I don't understand what's happening here. Opie says, the last boyfriend I had was wonderful, and I was never interested in anyone but him. I think you disregard the growth a person can undergo as time ticks on. I did the things I did because I was fucked up, yeah. And the men that I were with were the same as my father. No wonder I sent those pictures of myself to other people. Blank. It was a lack of respect and empathy and understanding. You thinking you're the best that I could ever get, and that is laughable, honestly. Them all thinking they're the best I'll ever get. Really. I mean, yeah, really. Statistically, one of them is going to be the best that you ever get. I'm sorry to drop that truth bomb on you. It might be in the past, it might be in the future. But statistically, there will be one person who outdoes all the rest. I met mine. I married her. OP says, poor guy, didn't know he had the town doorknob. Because everyone takes a turn. It's savage, bro. She doesn't even deny the unfaithful shit. Like, that to me is taking accountability. She didn't apologize for it. Like, clearly she still has some trauma from the relationship and whatnot. But if that's the case, can't we just nod our head and agree that everybody's kind of fucked up and move on? Learn what we learned from it and grow? I guess some people are just incapable. OP says, I recognize that I wasn't faithful. And I also recognize how horrible those men were. Seemingly, you included. He says, bye, hun. Have a great one. OP says, okay, cool. You're sending me my own pictures now. I guess you really couldn't let me go. I know you keep denying it, but I already know who you are. It's the exact same motions you went through when I broke up with you. The kind, insulting, kind again sandwich. The have a wonderful night, pretty girl, after telling me how completely shit I am. Such a good example of a manipulative asshole. You honestly should be in the dictionary for that. Or a Wikipedia page. If you wanted my attention so bad, you could have just said so. It's obvious what this is. Don't text me again, Seth. You're a horrible person, and you're undeserving of love. I like that sign off. He just says, LOL! It was him the entire time, as if we didn't know. It was the most obvious thing in the world. You're the most transparent person that I've ever seen in life. Okay? And this isn't the first time that he's done it. That's why you were the first name that she guessed. Fucking get a grip, S. Also, OP, I hope you've done some work on yourself and are not doing that to people that you've agreed to be, like, monogamous with. That's pretty fucked up. But yeah, for me, this is an everybody sucks here situation. Most of all, I think I'm glad that it's over. I'm really glad that it's over. Let's reset the layout, get the Gubbinses in here and find out what they thought about the whole thing, hey?
Gubbins brain hurt. All talk, no fight. Where unga bunga? This better think he's Sigma, but he just sad. All cringe, no game. Someone get this man a rock, Gubbins.
It feels repetitious, Gubbins. Don't do that.
The desperate need to wound masked as indifference is quite revealing. He is trapped in a cycle of resentment, forever haunted by the ghost of his own inadequacies. Dark Gubbins.
God damn, just... I gotta buff Gubbins, you know, Dark Gubbins, he's just too powerful now. His power level has grown out of control. I think that's good enough to call it for the day. Congratulations, boy! Hide your kids, hide your relationship status.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Honestly, some of you ladies are the cause of your problem. That's right. I'm gonna blame you, cause you're not blaming yourself enough. Many ladies have missed their Mr. Right because they're searching for a tall, handsome, and rich man. A very nice guy comes to you with all sincerity of his heart and wooed you. Obviously didn't woo her hard enough.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
He expresses love and kindness to you, yet you reject him. You say he's not handsome. You say he has no money. He's not tall, but when a player comes to woo you, you accept him because he told you sweet lies. He's handsome and good looking, pretending to be a nice guy. You're more attracted to physical appearance and sweet words. Yeah, I mean, that's how humanity has made it this far, if I'm honest. People that tell you that looks don't matter, it does matter, okay? But you can overcome it if you became a more interesting and in-depth person. But no, look at you. You've given up before you've even started. It's sad. And by that, I mean, don't stalk this woman around forever, but like, you know, take the no and work on yourself. He doesn't want to work on himself. If I just rant at her enough, then eventually her continence will break and we'll go on the happiest date and have a amazing relationship that she didn't want to participate in at all from the beginning. Interesting. We'll see how it works out for him, I guess. You accept him because he told you sweet lies. He's handsome and good looking, pretending to be a nice guy. Yeah, not like me, the actual nice guy. You're more attracted to physical appearance and sweet words. You become carried away. You open your legs with him. Yeah, it's called the Thigh Master.
Every single time you squeeze Thigh Master, you strengthen and tone right where you need it.
He used you, dump you, and shatter your heart into pieces. Now that you're crying that men are wicked, who's to blame? Is it you, the lover of lies and flashy things, or the guy? You've forgotten to wash your face before blaming the mirror. Except you change from this mentality, you will always be used and dumped and end up marrying a man who will be punching you. Oh, yeah. You see it in the future a bit, are ya? Like the type of people who wish this type of harm on women, they're the ones that will be doing the punching. It's a big crimson flag, everybody can see it, except for this fucking guy that's holding it. I guess because he's wrapped up in it. Once he can take it off his head, he'll be like, wow, I didn't know the world had more colors than just red. So yes, he will be punching you. Oh, because of your greed for money and flashy things. Be wise and don't reach menopause stage before you'll regain your senses. Yes, menopause definitely helps with the regaining of the senses. It's probably one of the hardest things. I watched my mom go through it. It was an unhinged moment, let me tell you that. But nowhere near as unhinged as this entire post was. This was 30 years of unhinged concentrated into what I guess I could call a paragraph. There's some punctuation and stuff. What's your take on it, Gubbinses?
Oh, so ladies reject the nice guy because he is not tall, handsome, or rich enough. But they accept players who lie, use them, and dump them. Gubbins think this is like if Gubbins really want a fluffy cloud, but then Gubbins see a fluffy cloud that is also made of spiders. Gubbins still want cloud, but spider cloud is very sus. You just want cloud, not spider cloud, Gubbins.
You're a spider cloud, bro.
He projects his own insecurities and failures onto an entire gender, desperately seeking external validation for his own perceived lack of worth. His future will be a lonely echo chamber of his own resentments, as his inability to see women as individuals will ensure his perpetual isolation. Dark Gubbins.
I like that, Dark Gubbins. I'm with you on this. Gubbins, the spider cloud thing's a little weird, but you know, you're thinking outside the box, and that's what's important in situations like these. He'll have another chance to catch up. We'll move on to another post, and hopefully this freak will never darken our doorway again. Our next OP goes on a giant rant on Facebook and then gets defended by his mommy at the end of it. I love it. So if this offends anyone, I don't give two shits. But why are bitches so damn dumb? Seriously, they're going around begging these deadbeat dudes thinking, oh, he won't cheat on me because our relationship's different. No, bitch, it's not. It's the exact same as every other one you've been in. And then you are left crying, saying, why does this keep happening to me? It's because you go after assholes every time. Going after douchebags that don't even care about their own kids. Dudes that cheat on everyone they supposedly love, and you always wonder why you get hurt. It's because the ones that would actually... period, give a damn about you, has been in the friend zone so long that they have finally given up on trying. So you want to know why you keep getting treated like trash? It's because you deserve it. And one day your looks will fade and no one will want you, and you'll only have your shallow, self-absorbed ass to blame. Rant over. Yeah, you know, this guy would take care of his kids super well because actually his mom would take care of his kids. And his mom never stops hovering. I don't know who you're talking about, but well said, son. Yeah, that's right. You go get him, Mom. Backing up your baby boy. That's what's most importantly, isn't it? Maybe you should give him a reality check. Because I don't think it's about dudes being douchebags to get with chicks. It's about, you know, a person who values himself can make other people feel valued, you know? And this dude, he does nothing but live in self-pity and beat himself up all the time. So why do you think somebody's gonna come and wanna kick it with somebody like that? It's never gonna happen. You're clearly miserable. At least the bad boys look like a good time, you know? So even if you're not a good time, just fake it till you make it. There you go. Better advice than your mom ever gave you. More honest. Looks definitely do matter, so I don't know. Buy yourself a leather jacket or something. That seemed to work for me. I'm gonna get the Gubbinses in here again. People love them lately. They are so on point. Let's see what they have to say.
This man say women are stupid, and then mama agree? Wow. Gubbins see perfect role model for women. He teach them how to be dumb, and mama teach them how to support being dumb. Is this like family business, like apple orchard but with more anger and less fruit? Gubbins think maybe they need less deadbeat motherfuckers and more mommies. Gubbins.
Yeah, mommies is important, ain't they? How about you, Dark One?
The fact that his mother wholeheartedly endorses this venomous outburst demonstrates the echo chamber of his pathology. He will never escape the toxic narrative he was raised in, destined to repeat these bitter pronouncements until his dying day. Dark Gubbins.
Damn, Dark Gubbins cutting hard today. I don't know, he's got a strength on the Nice Guys. I 100% agree with that. I do like the mommies thing too. You know what? I give them both a point. You guys earned it, okay? We're not gonna let the gap widen too much. Let's go ahead and get into another post and see what happens. I think this is the mom guy back again. His mom's gonna gas him up at the comment after his rant. Okay, some females need to realize that when you got a good man, you need to keep him. I don't care if he's born or whatever, cause as long as he's treating you good and not cheating, hell, that's the kind of man needs to be kept on guard. Y'all better open your eyes, cause there ain't too many men out there that's good. Unless y'all want a man that's gonna cheat and disrespect you. I'm glad I raised mine to not be out there just laying up with everybody. I taught them to know their worth and respect your significant other. I got 4 boys and a girl, and I feel like they was taught well. 100, 100, 100, 100. Yeah, they probably was taught very well. Comment is just clapping hands emoji. Yeah, you say that thing. I sort of do agree on some level, you know. There's a lot of people out there that live in a fucking Instagram reality and they don't realize like real connection when they see it because you didn't get to go to Dubai on holiday. Sorry, but all we can afford is Las Vegas. You want it or not. I don't know. I do think my mom taught me well. You know, you wouldn't catch me out there laying up with everybody. I think my children have been taught well. You know, they know how to treat a woman. I don't think it even counts as a nice guy post. Like, poorly written, yes, but there's some good advice tucked in there, and I'm gonna give it a pass. Gubbinses, we'll keep it pushing, that's fine. Our next nice guy says, I'm done being a gentleman and nice guy to these hoes. These hoes ain't loyal, that's what I heard. These hoes ain't loyal. That's just what I heard. It's official. I'm done being a gentleman and nice guy to these hoes. I'm going back to my high school ways when I was a thug. Yeah, he's out there in these streets, you know. I was a straight up a-hole to all these chicks. That's all y'all bitches want is some thug dude that'll come over and just put it in and beat you and control you like a kid. So screw it. Starting today, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm a savage again. 100 emoji, flexing arm emoji. P.S. I'm going back to taking all these dudes' girlfriends too. Screw it. Yeah, I'm sure you're definitely capable of that. The Facebook rant that you went on had me really worried. He's a super Facebook thug, everybody. Watch out. Hide your kids. Hide your relationship status.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I understand wanting to gas yourself up, but do you have to do it publicly? Nobody's believing this shit for a second, are they? Are you, Gubbins? Tell me about it.
Oh, Gubbin's so confused. He say he not gentleman anymore. He go back to being thug and asshole. Like this is big change. It sound like he just admitting he was always a thug who pretended to be gentleman. He think women want to be controlled like kid by thug. That like wanting to be locked in basement by monster. Gubbins think he need new life coach. Or maybe just better mirror. Gubbins.
I like that's a big change. Good dunk.
The performative shift from nice guy to thug reveals a desperate, deeply ingrained delusion of control. He will forever chase the phantom validation of dominance, destined to mistake fear for affection and solitude for strength. Dark Gubbins.
God, Dark Gubbins just really on the tear today, you know? I gotta do it. I like where Gubbins is going, but I don't know. Dark Gubbins has a leg up on the nice guys for some reason. We'll continue on to see if we can even out the score, though. Let's push through. Our next nice guy, he's a foot freak. And he puts it out there pretty quickly. Opie says, hi, do I know you? And he says, do you have big, strong feet? Admiring, blushing emoji. OP says, you answer first. Yeah, my feet are super big and strong. I've got some hair on the big toe. Now tell me about yours. If you know me, I think you'd know if you knew me, right? Tongue sticking out. OP says, not really. I have a short memory. Sometimes I need people to jog my memory. He says, we've never talked before. She responds to the foot thing and says, I don't know. I guess. Next question. How did you find me? And he said, oh my God, that's amazing. I love girls with big, strong feet. You like them stinky? You like them stinky too? A little bit of weird, like, jam in the middle? Is that what you're into? Giantesses with stinky feet? I've heard of it. I don't know why. I guess just like a lot of self-hatred goes into that. But that's really deep down the rabbit hole of, like, you know, things that I would want to engage in, let alone discuss publicly. But it does respond to the how'd you find me question and says, I was just randomly looking around on Facebook through the grapevine connections, etc. You're pretty. Why do you accept people that you don't know on Facebook? That's a big nope from me. Like, unless I've met you in real life, with very few exceptions, I probably don't want to get to know you on Facebook, honestly. It's a very direct line of communication. People will get offended if I don't respond to their messenger shits. I'm just not very good at it. I'm very much on my own program. Sorry, not sorry. OP just says, lol, laughing emoji, interesting, and, thank you. And then he says, will you be my girlfriend? She says, haha, no, you're a stranger. And he said, okay, guess that's all that matters. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty big part of the equation, whether you're a fucking stranger or not. What are you talking about? OP says, huh? And he says, screw you! Whom yourself? OP says, lol, no thank you. He says, I was sincere and called you beautiful. And she says, okay. He responds, and you say, ha ha to me. Screw you! OP says, I said ha ha because you asked a woman you know nothing about to be your girlfriend. And that is very humorous. And still also, no thanks. Yeah, especially no thanks now. You probably could have got to know him a little bit before and stood a chance, but you threw all that shit out the window because you can't control your own emotions. Just a big stupid baby man with fried fucking dopamine receptors that demands everything right now. I had a passing thought about it and I want it delivered on a silver platter.
Give it to me now.
Well, I'm sorry, that's not how real life works. Real life is dumb and ugly and messy and expensive. So, I don't know, get your talents up or something. He says, that doesn't mean I'm dumb. And I did ask you again. OP says, I never said you were dumb. He says, maybe it means I don't give a fuck about knowing more. And I go off of feelings. That's right, I'm a musician. I think with my heart. Can't you hear it? It's right there on my sleeve, baby doll. Still now. OP says, yeah, good for you, but I can't help but find it humorous. And he says, something you should learn about. OP says, I'm fine how I am, thank you. He says, great. So you act this way on purpose with people? What kind of guy are you hoping to attract, acting like an intentional jerk? Probably no. I'm not here to attract guys. It's a fucking Facebook profile. You stumbled across it. I owe you nothing. The fact that you even got a response back is fairly impressive in and of itself. Can't you just be grateful for that and go the hell on your way? OP said something but cut it out, and he just says, dude, shut up, you're annoying. I can tell you are not good. OP says, yeah, you're free to leave any time. He says, you're very argumentative and want to be. OP says, you're the one that added me. On purpose. Let me ask again. The answer's not going to change. Just please, pack your shit up, all right? It's embarrassing enough. I have secondhand embarrassment. My spine has been powdered by cringe already. We're good. It's only going to repeat itself from here. OP says, lol, no, I'm very casual. You're just defensive and probably hurt because I rejected your blunt advances with a blunt answer. And he says, oh, what kind of guy are you hoping to net here with how you act? I'm just curious. Why does there need to be, like, can't I just exist here? OP says, I'm definitely not looking for some guy who blows up about a simple laugh. He says, I'm sure. And he says, so thankfully, not you. Yeah, you really freaked out because she did a laughing emoji. He's like, why are you laughing at me? Like, dude, learn to take it all with a grain of salt, okay? It's not that big a fucking deal, except for the fact that now, yes, you've blown up a molehill into a mountain. Congratulations, a mountain that you will never cross. OP is now officially Mount Everest to you. You're not capable of reaching the summit, so pack it up and go home. Save us all a lot of time, huh? He responds and says, because you'll find a guy who's going to like this. I really don't care. You know nothing about feelings and are just some internet argue bot. Yeah, if I don't agree with the things you're saying, you're probably a bot. Real people can't think like that. You might be surprised. OP says, yeah, someone with common sense and patience, that's the type that I want. And no, I'm not arguing. He says, hey, you're trying way too hard with the emojis. Maybe you should use some. Like, would it help you to lighten up? I might suggest it. OP says, I am enjoying myself today, and your blow-up is legitimately making me laugh. He says, look, there's something more going on here. Nah. OP sends a voice response. I don't know what it said. Your over-emojiing is just cringy and failure. Yeah, well, I'm gonna trust your word on both accounts, since you seem to be the expert there, fella. OP just says, you poor man. And he says, dude, so good job. OP says, glad to be of assistance. Glad to know we're both having a good day. And he says, and now I would bang you because it seems like the thing to do. Really just try to shoot one more across the bow, see if it'll find its target. Yeah, that's about the most pathetic thing in the world. Do you like when I hate you? Is that getting you all churned up? No, quite the opposite. Everything you represent is horrible. You're a sad, strange little man. Please leave me alone. OP says, haha, no, you're not my type. And then he asks, do you strap on guys? Is that what you're into? You know, I'm done taking a walk around your head. I need to know no more. I'm sure there's depths of depravity that we haven't reached quite yet, but I'm not willing to go there, quite simply. It's going to ruin my day. It will go from slightly funny to just like a sad, pathetic existence that makes me reconsider what it is to be human. Like, I'm the same species as that? What the fuck? Please say it ain't so. OP says, huh? What's that? And he says, never mind then. Bro, what? What? OP says, haha, okay. And he says, then now I have no choice but to rub your strong feet. The self-hatred is off the charts. Oh, Split, please, stop. He says, nope, you are not touching me, ever. And he says, okay, great, lol. What the hell? I'm not ugly. Hey, Baldy. Baldy? OP just says lol, and he says, you want to imply there's something about my looks? OP said, I never said anything about that. I'm bald? No way. And he says, yeah, and I don't mind that either. OP says, okay, cool, but you're still not my type. OP rocking like a Sinead O'Connor type of thing. That's pretty edgy, you know? I'm sort of into that. He says, you don't know what kind of person I am. That's why you're wrong. You've given me no reason to even try and get to know you. You're like a disgusting foot guy. That's what you opened up with, was the foot thing, okay? You're clearly a very lonely individual seeking through Facebook for people that, like, you have a mutual friend with. And that's because you don't make connections in the real world. That's the reason that you're acting like this online, is because you haven't been punched in the mouth for acting like this in real life.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
If she said no in real life, you'd hang your head and you'd walk away and say, okay, I just want to rub your feet, but okay. And OP says, haha, you're right. I don't know you. You are a stranger. And he says, yep, just like you said, so use that logic. OP says, okay. And he says, okay, if I'm not your type, then bye, Felicia. And OP says, okay. And he says, get the fuck on. He just wants to feel like he won. I'm the one that pushed you out of this. Don't ever forget it. Everybody sees this for what it is. Your ego might force you to remember the situation differently, but it's all right there in black and blue. OP says again, huh? And he says, bye, Felicia. And she says, okay, well, bye-bye. And he says, no, I mean block me. OP says, haha, no. You came first, you get to leave. He says, why does it matter? I'm not your type. OP says, exactly. So leave. And he says, nope. God, this is about the most childish shit in existence. I'm quickly getting worn out by all this, okay? Can somebody just leave? If nobody leaves, I'm gonna fucking leave. It's okay, it doesn't go on for that much longer. OP says, I'm obviously too much for you. And he says, I'll stay here and start talking about feet. We can play this game. OP says, okay. Enjoy talking to yourself about feet. You aren't too much for me. You don't even know what a strap-on is. Rubs your strong feet. OP says, haha, nope. He says, kisses them. OP says, gosh, you really fit the title of Nice Guy. Thanks for the upvotes on Reddit. Kisses your strong souls. Oh my God, so big. And then OP says, yeah, I wasn't staying around for that. And she did actually block him, which, well deserved. He still feels like he won in some capacity, but that's just how pathetic his life is. We all get a glimpse into what type of person he is, and Jesus, it's terrifying. Like I said, I'm the same species as that? Can that be true? It's impossible! I guess let's run it through the Gummonses and see what they have to say. I'm sorry, boys, but I need to know.
Wow, this man is a master of conversation. He goes from asking about feet to demanding a girlfriend in like 10 messages. That's faster than Gubbins can eat a whole bag of chips. He really is dedicated to his craft of being incredibly awkward. Gubbins admire his commitment to the foot fetish, like a knight protecting his kingdom of souls.
Incredibly awkward, to say the least. Go, Dark One.
He mistakes persistence for charm, a delusion that will echo in the hollow chambers of his future life. This pattern of expectation and entitlement will leave him perpetually adrift, a ghost haunting the digital spaces of women who have already moved on. Dark Gubbins.
But you have to block me first. Why didn't you block me, Dark Gubbins? I think we're gonna give Gubbins the point on that one. Why not? A bit of a mercy point, if I'm honest. But we'll see if we can tie it up, maybe. I don't know how many posts we have left. Time looks okay still. So we'll do a couple more. Well, let's get into it. God, are all the nice guys on Facebook? Why? There's a lot of Facebook posts today. I hope this guy gets a reply from his mommy as well. He says, I'm so tired of being a nice guy. I'm starting to think that women like a-holes and nothing more. And then I guess his mom replies and says, duh. Your dad was a big masculine jerk. And I was like, oh my God, what a big masculine jerk. And then we had you. Somebody else replied to the duh and just says lol. And then OP, or one of OP's friends, I guess. It got hearted by the author, so yeah, it has to be one of his friends. Gets in here and fucking gasses him up. Oh boy. That's right, dude. I'm your friend, so I'll tell you the truth and placate your fucking ego. He says, well, you see, what it seems to me anyways is from like 18 to like 35 or 40-ish, females are attracted to a-holes that treat them like trash and beat on them and totally mess them up mentally, and they pass by all the good guys, or they get with a good nice guy but aren't used to being treated well, so they end up banging that dude mentally, and it turns them into a-holes, and they end up banging the females in the first place until it's just a revolving door of messed up shit. Yeah, you described that really well. Your syntax is on point. You've communicated that idea wonderfully. I have no idea what you're talking about. So the nice guy, sometimes women do get with the nice guys, but they mess him up and turn him into an a-hole, you see? And that's why the cycle continues, like a revolving door of messed up crap. And then after they've already experienced all the BS, and the a-hole dudes, it finally clicks, hey, maybe I should give a nice guy a shot, but by that time they've been so ran down and messed up and are so broken that the relationship is usually rocky, and you have to try and fix all the damage done by prior dudes, which usually tears you down and makes you contemplate if it's even worth it, or by the time they get to the nice guy, he's so messed up from all the damaged women he's been with or been hurt and rejected by that, he is now an a-hole or totally unsure if he wants to go for it or continue to be a man whore, because that seems to be the best option for him since he's been screwed by all the damaged females that have been messed up by the a-hole ex-boyfriends. It's all just one big clusterfuck anymore. I think your brain is the thing that's like truly foobar, okay? You're just pointing the finger at everybody, and I guess if everybody gets the blame, then nobody gets the blame. I'll tell you where the blame really lies is within yourself, because that's the only thing that you can ever fucking control. You know that, right? So why don't you stop picking apart people for their perceived flaws and like just enjoy their company? Be a decent human being to them, and they will do that in kind. At least until you know, get romantic feelings, and then we have to have the friend zone conversation. Oh boy. Do you think somebody with this worldview is capable of having a healthy relationship?
I'm the trash man. Like you said, it's all fake. And then I start eating garbage.
But you don't want to pick that apart, you know? God forbid. It's much easier to just point outwards. Everybody else is messed up except for me. That's why I'm failing. I don't know, dude. Maybe a little bit of self-reflection would help you out here. I know he's not gonna do it. And he sums it up, of course, by saying that he essentially doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah, it's all just messed up, so honestly, I don't know what to say or advice to give it, except to keep your head up and be patient, because one day soon, hopefully, you'll find the right one. Hope you're doing all right, bro. Yeah. Let's just pat each other on the ass. You're not the one that's messed up. It's the entire world that's messed up. Don't look inwardly. Blame everybody else for your troubles. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work out in the long term. Sure, it feels good right now, but after some soul searching, maybe you'll look back and realize like, holy shit, I wasted 20 years of my life. I don't know. I had that epiphany, but you can only go forward from where you are, and the best day to start was yesterday, and the next best day to start is today. So fucking get on it, would you? Let's accomplish something, for God's sake. Or just get on Facebook and, you know, cry all over your man tits some more. I can't help you either way. You gotta want to help yourself. How about you, Gubbinses? Helpful words of encouragement?
He's so tired of being nice. This man's so brave to say women like assholes. Like he discovered gravity, wow. He'd think by saying this he'd get girl. And like saying, Gubbins tired of eating vegetables, Gubbins want eat dirt. Then Gubbins wonder why Gubbins' tummy hurt. He call this a revolving door of fucked up shit. More like revolving door of Gubbins complain about life. Gubbins.
It's so asinine. I hate it. Go, Dark One.
He has perfectly distilled his own failure into a venomous cocktail, mistaking resentment for wisdom. This narrative is not a revelation. It is the echo chamber he has constructed to house his perpetual victimhood. Dark Gubbins.
Dark Gubbins, just knocking it out of the park today, honestly. Gubbins talk about, you know, eating dirt. It was a good analogy. I'll give you that. The analogy fits, but you're cursing up a storm, even if you're quoting the... I'm just gonna give it the Dark One. Sorry, not sorry. It's just how it goes sometimes. He's really good at the nice guys, he is. But we'll do one more, maybe double points. I'll see how I feel, and then we'll see how the end of the day plays out, I guess. Here's a nice guy who said he wanted to break contact, so OP blocked him, and then the nice guy was like, no, not like that. And... It's really not cool that you blocked me. Are you putting me in the same place as that Muslim? Who? Come on, Blake. This hurt me so much. After all we told each other, this is what you want? Yes, I said bye because I didn't want to argue and let us both distance a little bit so we could think normally, but do I deserve to be blocked? I can't describe how much this hurt me. I mean, yeah, you're the one that said bye. I don't I don't understand what else you need, really. Some closure or some such? You're not entitled to that either. Bad news. I love having you in my life. You gave me so much of support, and I appreciate it so much. Don't block me like we're in high school, Blake. We literally talked about that yesterday. I feel like you stabbed me directly in the heart. Can you at least explain why you did do it? Because you're annoying. Like, that's the only reason I need. You're annoying. I felt like it. Fucking, yeah, not even that much. I would leave you ghosted on red forever. Really, you're violating the TOS of the blocking service by even speaking to me right now. I'm not going to bother reporting it because it's easy enough to get around. You see, I just click this block button again. And then you spend 15 minutes making another account and I hit this block button again. And then you invent a script to create 200 different accounts and yeah, then maybe I might report it. I don't know. I do maybe feel bad for him a little bit, but like clearly he was trying some sort of manipulative game and didn't get away with it. And now he wants to sulk about it. So good. Good. Exactly what you deserve. How about you, Gubbinses? How do you feel about it? Let's wrap it up for the day. Make it strong. Make it long.
Blocking him is like leaving a bad circus, and he's upset because he wants to keep juggling rotten fruit at you. He's crying about being put in the same place as a Muslim. That's a weird comparison, like saying, this hurt me like a tree falling on my car, but also like a really good sandwich. He said he wants distance so you can think, but he clearly forgot to distance himself from his own desperation. Gubbins.
Is the sandwich a shawarma? I should ask.
His performative victimhood, comparing your rejection to religious persecution and your own needs, is a desperate plea for control he will never achieve. He will continue to manufacture grievances, forever surprised that his manufactured intimacy is met with the silence of genuine connection. Dark Gubbins.
I don't know, Gubbins is sort of losing. What the hell is the tree falling on the car and the sandwich? It's Dark Gubbins all the way today. Dark Gubbins all the way today, boys.
Dark Gubbins stay lonely and bitter. Gubbins stay sweet and sticky. Gubbins.
Nice. Let's get some Def Leppard in here. Guy says, I just follow you and message you. You should be kind. Oh yes, thank you so much for interrupting my fucking day. What do you want? You stupid bitch. OP says, hi, I'm sorry, do we know each other somehow? And he says, hello, I am Creep. No, we don't know each. OP says, okay. And he says, accept my request. He just so we don't know each other. I'd like to continue not knowing each other if that's okay. OP says, firstly, that's quite aggressive. Secondly, we have no mutuals. I don't allow strangers into my social media. Yeah, there's a big swath of my social media where I'll allow strangers in. But you have to keep a slice for yourself, you know? These are only people that I actually know. And then I get on there and post everything public anyways. Whatever. Creep on it if you want. Just don't send me a message. He says, I accept your request yesterday, so I tell you to add me. Yeah, this conversation is exhausting already. We only talked and we know each other. Oh, there we go. Invite me in, even though I'm a stranger, because we might talk enough that I'm not a stranger anymore. That sounds like a lot of investment to me. I just don't think I want to do that. OP says, well, I followed you to check if I knew you from somewhere, and then I asked you, and it turns out we don't. I'm not interested in mingling with strangers. I'm sorry. I hope you have a nice day, though. It's about like the gentlest brush off in the world. Is he gonna freak out for real? He says, no, wait, this is wrong. You don't like to make new friends? I follow you because of your profile. I don't like to make new friends. I'm not gonna leave it up to some stranger on the internet to dictate what is right or wrong for me in my own personal life. Oh, you don't have enough friends. I assure you I do. The problem here is that the rules were written by extroverts. You don't understand what it's like to have like a handful of people and just be completely satisfied with that. You gotta add more in there. Especially this creep who's gonna try and get into your pants within like less than 5 messages. That would really be what's right for my life, I think. Do you want to leave it up to me about what's right for your life? Because I could probably do it a sight better than whatever the fuck it is you're offering here. I'll add a little bit of truth to mine, if that's what you want. It's wrong to creep on people on the internet. It's wrong to not make connections in real life with people around you. Instead, you've got to come online and harass strangers that you think are attractive so you can pretend that you matter. You don't. We'll all be forgotten by the universe at some point, but you will be forgotten much more quickly than most, I'll tell you that. The coroner will come and put you in a piano box and dump you in the shipping container labeled, yeah, no pickup. Your body will rot next to a homeless woman who everybody's forgotten her name, including her, and you will be dumped to the bottom of the ocean to be picked apart by fish. You don't matter. You don't put in any effort, so how can you possibly? Oh, maybe I let that one get a little bit away from me. It feels good though. Feels good to just rip a piece off, doesn't it? That's what I'd send him verbatim. And he says, "Okay, add me when you are comfortable. Is that fine?" Never gonna be comfortable? Never gonna want to invest the energy? Go away forever. OP says, "Yeah, sure. I won't be doing that, though." He says, "Where are you from? And what do you do?" Apparently, I get harassed by strangers online. Sometimes. I'm from purgatory, and as far as what I do, mostly just existing. How about you? OP says, "I told you, I'm not interested in mingling with a stranger." He says, "You're behaving very rude." Bitch, you. What? You just think you can get out ahead of it by accusing other people? I see what this is. OP says, "How is it rude? I have a right to privacy. I can choose who I want to get along with. If anything, you're being pushy after me repeatedly asking you not to." There you go, laying down the law. I mean, you could just block him. That's probably the easiest thing to do. You think you're gonna miss out on anything that this guy says? You think he's gonna actually say something that blows your fucking mind? He's not. He's an empty vessel. It's fine. Cast him aside. He says, you have 809 followers. Did you know all of them? No, but they passed the vibe check, you see. I just put my fucking hand up in front of their face and go, "Dude," and then they either pass the vibe check or they don't. I can't explain how it happens. The methods and processes are pretty esoteric, but you'll know if you pass the vibe check or not, right? And dude carries on and says, "Well, I'm not asking for your number, and my dear, this is social media. It's very normal to talking with stranger." Oh, is it now? Maybe passing brush with a stranger, but yeah, deep conversations and shit? I don't know, I've had a few. There's like this almost 40-year-old divorced lady that lived in Oceanside. She wanted to cheat on her husband, and 20-year-old me was like, "That's a good idea." I'm glad I didn't follow through on any of that. Like, according to her, they were estranged and things like this, but yeah, that's just according to her. I don't know how he felt. You don't want to jump in the middle of that. I guess it's just advice for if you find yourself in the same situation for whatever reason. Opie says, "Well, it's still my choice whether or not to let someone into my private profile. So how is this not reasonable?" Okay, but I have a private account for a reason, and why is it so hard for you to accept that? Yeah, just go. I don't understand why we need to talk it out. Like, at some point, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, it makes sense to me now. Okay, sorry for bothering you," and go away. No, this only ends one way, so just pull the trigger. I'll tell you. Okay, don't accept, but I want to be your friend because I see you're quite interesting. Interesting. Yes, what an adjective to choose. And seriously, I don't have any intention to follow you. We are really strangers. I live in blank and I'm a student. She says, that's great. Good luck with your studies. I'm really not gonna do this, though. I just have to mute you if you keep on going. See, there you go. I don't think muting or blocking people should be anything that matters. It's not a ceremony. It's just like, okay, I don't want to see any more from you. Bye. Easy. Like you're just being a shit. I've said before, it's not gonna get better. He says, you know, you're really behaving very bad, me, without having any reason. I just follow you and message you. You should be kind. And eventually I am boy. This is very normal that I message you. Dude, what the fuck? What is he even trying to say with that? Are you having a seizure? OP says, I don't understand what you mean by that. but I get to choose who I want to be friends with. Simple as that. He says, have you found any problem in me? Yes, you're overbearing and pushy and fucking weird. You don't offer anything aside from I exist and go to school. Wow, cool. Good for you. I'm sure we'll build a long-lasting relationship off of that fucking nothing of wisdom. Like, you don't know if we have the same personality. Some people think they do. Some people will try to pretend that they do. But if you don't pass the vibe check, like, I have to go by what it says in the system, okay? You're a weird guy.
You're a weird guy.
He is a weird guy.
Is this our first post? Have I crashed out already in the first fucking post? Oh, I guess we'll get the Gubbinses to take a look. We'll see how they feel.
He say I am boy, like he announcing a new species he found in his backyard. Very helpful information. Now she know he is boy. She can invite him into her life like a termite into a nice wooden house. He just want to mingle like a stray cat that scream outside your window at 3 a.m. until you give it your credit card. He is a student of the grind, specifically the grind her patience into dust major. Gubbins.
You nailed it, Gubbins. Good job.
The phrase, I am not asking for your no, is a clinical dissection of a predator who views consent as a negotiable obstacle. He has weaponized the concept of kindness to disguise a blatant attempt at psychological trespassing. Dark Gubbins.
Is that what he meant in that garbled seizure thing?
Why you so mean? Maybe he just have a very big thumb and keep hitting send by accident. Gubbins!
Yeah, that happens too.
Gubbins, he literally typed out an argument for why her privacy doesn't exist. Dark Gubbins.
Gubbins think his I am boy defense is 10-10. Gubbins going to try it at the bank tomorrow. Give me money, I am boy. Very legal. Gubbins.
Yeah. You guys both get a point for that, I think. They're bickering now. Their brains are getting bigger, you see. They won't do it all the time, though. It's like maybe a 30-40% chance for them to start bickering. But I'm glad we got it on the first one. Fucking high five, everybody. Good job, everybody. And great post to test it on. Let's go ahead and get into another one. Our next nice guy has a list of things he wants in a wife while clearly bringing nothing to the table himself. Should be interesting. I'm finally at a place in my life where I'm ready to settle down, and not even one prospect, not even a female friend I could do stuff with. I don't want to date just to date someone. I've done that in the past, and it hurts when they are nor ready to make a commitment. I want to enjoy my wife with it being just me and her for a little while. For a little while? Like before the kids come? Before everything goes to shit? Who are you bringing into this equation? Please tell me you're not going to reproduce. Oh my god. I think that's his plan. It feels like life passed me by a long time ago because I was seen as too nice or too this or that. Guys, when all you get is rejection in your 20s, this is what happens when you stop asking and start living life on your own terms. And then one day, you wake up and you're 40 years old and you wonder, where my family is? Where's my wife? What about children?
With a beautiful wife, and you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
Yeah, you fucked it up, bro. You chose not to build a relationship with another human being. So, yeah, of course you didn't have a relationship with another human being. How did you think it was gonna happen? All throughout your 30s, you just shrugged and said, they'll show up by osmosis someday, I'm sure. I never wanted to be an old dad, but unfortunately when opportunity isn't given to you because you're either planted in the wrong place or you don't get looked at in that way by the opposite gender, it's very hard to find someone to love. Yeah, Freddie Mercury knows all about that. What the hell? What planted in the wrong place? You're not a plant. You can fucking move if you really... it's that easy. You pick up and decide to live somewhere else. I can't help you with the don't get looked at that way part. Like, that's some work you gotta fucking do on yourself, okay? Have you tried guy liner? I just... I don't know. I heard that's an easy way to rank up a couple points. Anyway, he says, I've had a checklist of things I want in a wife, and now that list has shrunk to 7 basic things. Yes, the most basic of the basic. I also noticed that nobody liked this post, which is hilarious. 1. Be a mature, God-fearing Christian woman of prayer and discernment. I lack discernment and need somebody's help with that. Yes, hello, can you discern things for me? I'm not sure how to navigate through my own life. And she's like, oh, I always wanted a man baby to take care of. A sentient ball of jello to call my very own. What a dream come true. 2, be able to sing, but only want to use your gift in the house of the Lord. Bro, that's... I guess that's nice? Question mark? Really, it's showing to me like your own insecurity. You're scared that somebody's gonna come and take your little songbird away? Aww. Aww. I'll tell you what, Mr. Steal Your Girl goes to church sometimes. You better not let her sing anywhere. That's how this is gonna go. It's like, I want you to be able to do it, but never where anybody can hear you. 3, be happy with and where you are in life. I mean, yeah, basically the opposite of yourself then. He's like, I'm miserable. Can I just latch onto the happy thing that you have going on and I could be less miserable? No! 4, take care of your temple. Eat right, work out, walk, do something that helps take care of your body. I mean, yeah, walking does help. I'd rather a trip to the gym and shit like that, but what I usually end up doing is going to the beach or the river, going and swimming around, and God, I did it today. In the middle of this recording, I walked away after the first post and went and swam in like a Cory. It was fucking amazing. I mean, really, in a lot of ways, fuck taking care of your bodies. Just take care of your mind, you know? Getting out there in nature, God, it feels so good. But really, he's not saying any of that. What he's actually saying is he wants a skinny girl. He needs somebody who's fit, although he's clearly not. You know what I mean? 5, get along with me. Don't be argumentative or feel you have leadership or control in this house. Jesus Christ. Whoa. Yeah, the red flags were peeking out, but that one was just like, okay, unfurl it. Lay your eyes upon it. My God, it's so crimson, it's burning my retinas. What the fuck? Like, I've been married 10 years. To think that we never had an argument, that's absolutely crazy. What are you talking about? You think one person just gets to assume control and run the entire relationship? I can tell nobody's looked at you for a decade or two. There's a few big reasons why that is, but I don't know if you're willing to be honest enough with yourself to hash all that out. So I'll just smile and nod. 6, be mentally stable and mature. Act your age. Yeah, so again, the opposite of you, essentially. 7, be intelligent enough to have good, healthy conversations. What good, healthy conversation am I gonna have with you? How much we love Jesus? Or maybe how women didn't date you throughout your 20s and 30s, and now you're fucking resentful toward everybody because of it. You're gonna be alone for a long time. That's what I know. I'm immediately sympathetic to anybody who decides to start a relationship with you for any reason at all. This is madness. I wish there was a reply or something. Oh, there's a like and a caring emoji. Yeah, I care that your stupid fucking feelings are hurt, you overbearing asshole. Don't argue with me. You have no control in this house. I just need your discernment and your singing gift. I'll keep you locked up in your gilded cage, little songbird. Fuck, man. I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think anybody wants you. And until you're willing to ask yourself some real questions, to think some really deep thoughts about yourself and what it means to be you, I think you're going to be alone. I think you're going to stay alone. And I do think that's for the best, honestly. You needn't inflict yourself on anybody else, except for the Gubbinses, I guess. We'll get them in here. What do you guys have to say about this godly individual?
This man very efficient, like robot, but for sadness. He say he lack discernment, which a fancy way to say he walk into traffic without a wife to pull him back. He want a woman who sing only in church because if she sing in shower, he might accidentally hear joy, and joy not on the checklist. Very smart to ban her from having leadership in house. That way when they both get lost because he has no discernment, it officially no one's fault, Gubbins.
That's right. Water off a duck.
He has curated a list of traits for a domestic servant disguised as a godly wife, ensuring her intelligence is sufficient for his needs, but never enough to challenge his fragile authority.
Damn.
It is the ultimate narcissistic paradox. He admits he is incompetent to lead, yet demands she never take the reins of her own life. Dark Gubbins.
Dark Gubbins pulled that one apart. Damn.
Why she only sing in church? What if she stubbed toe? She have to hum Amazing Grace while bleeding, Gubbins.
What? Is that what happens?
He wants to control the very air in her lungs, Gubbins. It is the final pathetic flourish of a man who fears a woman's joy. Dark Gubbins.
Yeah, Gubbins is killing it.
Gubbins think he just hate Disney songs. Maybe he's scared of Elsa. Let it go, checklist man. Let it go, Gubbins.
He'll never let it go. That's what we know. I think the point goes to Dark Gubbins on that one. Very strong performance indeed. he sees into people's soul, you know? They did start bickering again, which I don't know if that's going to happen every time. I put it so it's only a little bit of the time, but maybe they're just very argumentative today. What can I say? Except for stay the hell away from me, checklist man. I don't want any part of your checklist. Please don't put me on your list. Okay, we'll move on to our next post. Our next nice guy says, I gave you compliments and candy and other gifts. I feel they were all for nothing. I mean, she probably shouldn't have accepted the gifts if she wasn't romantically interested in you. I'll say that much. But you're the one that kept on. You're the one that keeps on fucking keeping on. Can we not just accept the no with a little bit of grace? Apparently not. I want you to know something. And she says, huh? And he says, when I give you candy or other stuff, it's not just to be nice. I'm doing it for you. You're welcome. What the? Just don't give me the candy and shit. Like, and I understand. You've put forward an expectation of something, and I'm apparently the bad person for not meeting it, despite, you know, the verbal contract never really being laid out or what. It's like when somebody offers you a Snickers bar in prison. Don't ever take that shit, okay? They're gonna ask for a favor later. You're not gonna like it. It's not worth a Snickers bar, okay? OP just says, yeah, thank you. Sorry if I'm awkwardly silent. I'm not good at responding to gifts. I'm not used to them. And he says, well, you'll learn. Did you get on bus number? Was I too forward with the you'll learn comment? I am so sorry. I mean, that's proof positive that you know exactly where you're fucking up, and yet you continue on. OP says, I don't really know what you mean by what you said, but it did make me a little uncomfortable, if that's what you're asking. He says, I was just trying to lightly tease you, but I guess we're not at that point yet. My bad. Yeah, yet. That's presumptuous of you, isn't it? Next thing that happens, I put my hand up in your face and go, doo-doo, you didn't pass the vibe check. I'm sorry, you gotta go now. OP says, oh, I see. The winky face has a vastly different connotation. He says, I see. Did you mean I know? And OP says, no, I see means I see. What the fuck? He says, oh, some texting lingo is still foreign to me. OP says, I didn't read your tone correctly over text. I apologize. This whole conversation's so weird. Stilted. Where do you guys know each other from? Just randos on the internet? I guess so. Dude says, it's alright. It's mostly my fault for not considering our bond level. You think this is fucking Stardew Valley, where everybody's got little hearts that you gotta fill up? That's not how real life works, okay? You give me a dandelion, I'm gonna throw that shit on the floor. I don't know you like that. I don't want to get to know you like that. Stay the fuck out of my face. I'm just going to the market. Go milk your cows or whatever. And OP says, well, it was the combination of the winky face and the was I too forward that made it feel weird. It's usually seen as a romantic thing, so I was worried. Yeah, you have good reason to be worried. Be very afraid of this person. He's angling, alright? I think we all know that. Distinct lack of ability to read cues aside, like, yeah. Come on. There's clearly a fucking million strings attached here. Whatever. He says, are you not comfortable with dating? I mean, I'm not like asking you out or anything, but just like, you know, in general, like, what's your stance? This boy's fucking buttery smooth, I gotta tell you that much. You are so subtle. That's amazing. She'll never guess what you're angling towards. Opie said, honestly, I don't know. I'm generally more interested in girls, but I don't really date. And he sends ... ellipses. And OP says, are you good? He says, okay. And she says, well, I hope I didn't upset you by liking girls. I'm sorry, I think. And he says, no, you're fine. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad we're both fine. Bye. See you later forever. OP says, if you're sure, you seem a little upset. No, don't do that. Just slam the door in his face. He gave you the exit. Take it. Dude says, I don't know how to respond to that. OP says, I mean, I don't know. It's just a fact about me, so it's not really like you have to congratulate me, lol. And he says, okay. I just love how he's completely checked out of the conversation now. Yeah, whatever. OP says, if I've upset you somehow, you can tell me. It's not like I'll be mad. I try to be understanding even if I'm not very good at expressing things in words. And he says, I just need some time to sort my thoughts. She says, that's all good. He says, do you want the long story or the short story? And she says, well, either one you feel like telling me. I don't know. And then he drops the bomb and says, I loved you. And yes, despite not knowing your sexual orientation, I was deeply in love with the vision of you that I had in my head. And now all of that's shattered. Well, God, isn't that rough? Better get used to it, because real life is going to pull that shit on you all the time. Chin up, little buddy. You're going to be okay. I mean, relatively. Not as okay as like the rest of us, but you don't really deserve all that. I just couldn't tell you because we had just met. I gave you compliments, candy, and other gifts, and I feel that they were all for nothing. Yeah, you gotta do your fucking due diligence, you know? Why didn't you research all this? Ask her friends, something like that. He was like, if I give her enough boxes of candy, she'll love me. I mean, sure, we hung out, but I was wanting our bond to deepen past friends. I'm in need of a partner, and it broke my heart that you couldn't be one. This isn't your fault, though. All that I wish is for you to stay happy. I never meant to hurt you in any way. And Opie says, I kind of do genuinely wonder how you develop feelings for me when we've only known each other for a week. Regardless, I hope you find the partner you're looking for. Yep. Don't worry, OP, he won't. Because again, there's a lot of work that needs to happen on the inside. He's a fucking drowning man. He is grasping for anybody within range that he thinks he can pull himself up on top of, if you take me. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen, so just put that out of your mind. If you'd like to be a normal person, if you would actually like to form bonds and have a relationship, then you need to put in more time than a week. 1 week and however many boxes of chocolate and shit. Fucking compliments, which yeah, again, apparently I'm supposed to owe you something for complimenting me? Fuck out of here. Who do you think you are? An entitled bastard, that's who. And I don't know anybody that's into that, personally. Good luck out there in the world. Go ahead, get in here, Gubbins. You go ahead and tear a piece off next.
He a master of the stock market. He invest 1 bag of Haribo and expect a wedding ring in 7 days. This called high-speed dating. Like high-speed internet, but instead of Netflix, you get a restraining order, very efficient use of sugar. Gubbins.
I want a bag of Haribo. I'm not gonna marry him, though.
His use of the past tense. I loved you after a mere week is a calculated attempt to manufacture unearned guilt. He does not seek a partner. He seeks a vending machine that accepts compliments as legal tender. Dark Gubbins.
I can't be that vending machine for you. I'm sorry.
Dark Gubbins want some candy? It might help you find a wife. Gubbins have some M&Ms. Gubbins.
Gubbins, I am trying to analyze a delusional transactional narcissist, not participate in your cavity-inducing romance theories. Dark Gubbins.
I'd take some M&Ms.
More for Gubbins then. Dark Gubbins stay lonely and bitter. Gubbins stay sweet and sticky. Gubbins.
Nice. Let's get some Def Leppard in here. Again, they're doing the debate thing sort of, unprompted, but I think Gubbins won out on that one. If I give you a point, do I get some Haribo or some M&Ms? I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm expecting them on my desk when I come back. Well, now we're in a bit of a sticky wicket, because we got a tie score. So we got to get that settled. And I thank you guys so much for joining me. Sign up on the YouTube or Patreon if you would. Check us out on Spotify or iTunes. That's pretty cool, too. Fourth wall for the merch. Oh, Gay Cop's book. I mentioned it earlier on, but I'll mention it one more time. And now we'll get into the next post. Oh, God, this nice guy manages to make science look bad. And I hate that. He says, at least I'm studying for a degree. And OP says, classism. Newsflash, a degree doesn't guarantee a job, especially not right now. Yeah, you gotta get some fucking boots on the ground. Develop some actual skills. I sat in a lecture hall for 40 hours. Wow, that's amazing. What can you actually do? And he says, I do science. Yes, not any particular type of science, but all sciences. That's how sciencey I am. Shut up, dumbass. I'm not doing gender studies, you clown. Quit being annoying. You know what's more annoying to me is just pretending that a college degree makes you special at all. If you end up in my lab doing science, we're gonna use you for science. I'm gonna dunk you in a vat of acid within the first week. Say, wow, the whole thing dissolved. That's amazing. I mean, technically it just reinforces everything we already knew about very strong acids, but it does reinforce the data. It is a data point. Somebody write that down. Anyway, OP says, average STEM nerd reaction. And he says, I know you did sex work, now shut up and get lost. You've been a pain in the ass lately. I was so nice to you. Yeah, probably because he was hoping to get a freebie. And OP says, no, I never did that. But okay, alrighty. He says, liar, liar, why are you like this? And she says, I never did. And he said, that's genuinely surprising. And she says, why am I like what? And he says, I don't like always having to text first. You clearly don't give a shit about me. I mean, do I have a reason to, honestly? You're annoying. I don't think I've ever met a beta orbiter that is just this beta. You come in here, you got something to prove, and nobody's buying it. Not a fucking person in the world is buying it. It's really sad. OP says, I just really don't text other people first often. It's not just you, but if that's what you want to believe, then alright then. How fragile is your ego that it fucking matters who texts first or how often? How do you parse all of that information all at once among all the other things that you have going on? Or do you just like not have anything else going on? It probably is the latter reason. That's just Occam's razor, you know? So you're all just a bunch of no-life losers LARPing about maybe having a job someday. If you just do enough science, then they'll come and pick you up at your house or whatever. Anyway, dude says, so I am right. I do not matter anyway. And she says, we are literally internet strangers. And he said, you here suggested me to hang out once. And she said, yeah. And he said, what do you mean, yeah? And she says, I don't know. I don't remember everything. Lol. Check back the Discord logs. I'm still down for it, but you probably aren't. And that's fine. And she says, IRL or gaming? And he says, anything! And she says, yeah, I'd rather not right now. And then he calls her the N-word. And that's how that whole text exchange ends. Well, didn't we learn so much today? I do like how they were both like baiting hooks at each other. You know, he's like, I don't matter at all. And, you know, she's supposed to say, no, you totally do. But she never did. And then she baits the hook with like, do you want to still hang out? IRL or gaming? And he's like, please, just anything. And she's like, no, actually, I don't think I want to anymore. It's a little bit dastardly, but I'm sort of into that energy. Let's see what the Gubbinses think about it, huh?
This man is a genius scientist using the insult method to find love, which is much more advanced than normal flirting. He called her a dumbass and a liar because in science you must challenge the data until it gives you what you want. When he used a racial slur at the end, he is just showing off his very expensive degree in advanced tantrum studies. He's so nice, he even remind her she don't matter, which is very humble of him, Gubbins.
Advanced tantrum or advanced tantric? I think he thought it said tantric.
The transition from I was so nice to you to a racial slur is the ultimate mask-off moment for a narcissist experiencing an ego death. He clung to his science degree as his only personality trait because, internally, he knows he is a vacuum of actual human value. Dark Gubbins.
God, knocking it out of the park today, Dark
The
Gubbins.
speed of his descent into bigotry after a single I'd rather not is a record even for these pathetic creatures. Dark Gubbins.
Well, yeah, that's true. I noticed.
Maybe he just forgot his science notes and got confused. Science very hard, makes brain hot. Gubbins.
Brain so hot. Need to take off hat.
Gubbins. There is no confusion that leads to a racial slur. There is only the reveal of what was already there. Dark Gubbins.
You think it was just like on the tip of his lips or something?
Oh, Gubbins, see now, he not a scientist, he just a mean potato in a lab coat. Gubbins.
Well, I've been called a mean potato in a lab coat a time or two before. Yeah, that's an insult to all mean potatoes in lab coats. The point goes to Dark Gubbins. You're the winner, boy! You done it! It could all be yours. Make your dreams come true.
Do it! Just do it!
A nice guy virtue claim, you never cared about me anyways. And you know he's mad because he misspelled anyways. Hey, I know it's been a while, but I really miss you. I don't know how to fix this. What, your stupid brain? Not my problem anymore. Opie says, there's nothing to fix. You told me you weren't attracted to me, and you ended it. You hurt me. I don't know what you want. He just wants to crack the door open a little bit. Can I hurt you one more time? Would you let me do that? He says, I'm not attracted to you, but, like, you're cool. I like your personality. Is that not enough? Yeah, generally for most people, I'm gonna say that's probably not enough. Getting into a relationship, like the physical part's a big aspect of that, you know? OP says, yeah, unfortunately it's not enough for me. I can't be in love with someone who doesn't physically want me. And he says, well, that's why I think we should be open. I can have the emotional connection with you, and we can find the physical somewhere else. OP says, yeah, I can't do that. He says, fine, screw you. You never cared about me anyways. Well, with an attitude like that, one can only wonder why not. I should be so fucking invested in this person who clearly doesn't see me as an option outside of using as a lure to get into more open relationship. It's just really weird. I hate the whole polyamory thing. I'm gonna be straight up with you right now. You're essentially trying to just keep somebody on the back burner. I guess it's good that you're being honest about the whole thing, but I really do see it as just bait that this dude's gonna use to hook some other chick that's like only maybe slightly interested into this weird open relationship thing. I can't co-sign any of it, okay? Grosses me down to the core. I think the Gubbinses need to get in here too. Maybe I'm overusing them recently, but God, I just love their little personalities. Alright boys, go ahead, have at them.
This man is a genius of the heart. He tell girls she not pretty enough to touch, but she cool enough to listen to his problems while he find physical fun elsewhere. It like asking a car to sit in the driveway and look nice while you take the bus to go see a faster car. Very logical, very efficient. Oh, he just want a free emotional garbage dump with no rent. Gubbins.
Absolutely. And something else dump too.
The sheer audacity to demand a monopoly on her emotional labor while explicitly devaluing her physical self is a masterclass in narcissistic parasitism. He didn't want a partner. He wanted a sentient security blanket he could discard whenever a physical option materialized. Dark Gubbins.
Yeah, trying to keep it safe, keep one on the back burner. I know what you're talking about, Dark One. I think you get the point. Gubbins, the car thing, is just not doing it for me. Nobody likes taking the fucking bus. That's just a fact of science, trace amounts at least. Let's go ahead, get into another post, and see what happens. Here we have a cis man who marched for women's rights, for respect and safety. Please! Yes, I marched for your rights and safety. Now I have this card that I can play at any time, and I'm pretty sure you're supposed to give me things because of it. Like, the only reason that he went to the march was so he could have the card. That's pretty obvious to everybody here, right? Okay. You're so right. This video assumes women like being called attractive. They don't! And it's bigoted! I think a lot of women, if it's a genuine compliment, if it's not just somebody fucking trying to stop you and get you involved in a conversation so they can get your number and yada yada, I think a woman can appreciate a compliment like that. Guys appreciate it too. Happens less to guys, but you know, what can you do? I guess go compliment more guys. I'm not going to though. This might be out of place, but do you have any female presenting friends who might be interested in a kind, empathetic and progressive cis man who's marched for women's right to respect and safety? Yeah. I'm out here doing all the right things, okay? Looking for love in the YouTube comments section. I don't know what could possibly go wrong with this approach. Everything is the answer to that. I'm horrified by the implication. You really think it's like a subway card or something? You get all the stamps and you go turn it in. You're like, one night of intercourse, please. Be who you are, okay? It's probably bad advice for him because who he is a fucking woke scold who just won't let others exist without having something to say. You want to know the real reason that you're single? Because you don't compliment women. You don't stop them and get their phone number and do the yada yada. You know, that's that's what the game is, my dude, and you fucking talked yourself out of it. Now you're so scared that it's the wrong thing to do when it's all you ever wanted in life. So just go grab the bull by the horns. Stop bullshitting yourself. I don't need the Gubbinses for this one. That's all I have to say. Next post. This OP asks, are you seriously using Titanic as proof as to why you need to start quote-unquote slapping bitches? Did that happen in Titanic? Oh no, all I remember is a car, a hot, steamy car. So, I'm a typically nice guy, and I tend to get dumped because of it. Oh, yeah, that's the reason. When you asked why we're breaking up, she said, you're too nice, you're too good for me. I'll only drag you down. But despite that, I still put myself out there and pick up these ragged women to nurse them back to health. Okay, yeah. I guess we're just living in make shit up completely land. I visited there yesterday, but yeah, I think I am going to set up shop here. Anybody want to buy some shit that I made up? Go ahead. Patreon and YouTube memberships. I'd appreciate you. Anyway, he continues. So, I have figured out that women don't like nice guys. And I have proof of us. Best thing you can do is just slap bitches around in the like you and my proof. Furious. Hey, you ever see the end of the movie Titanic? And poor Jack's holding on to the door and the girl's on the door floating? There's enough room on there for the two of them. For Jack was trying to be a nice guy and was making sure she wouldn't fall off because that's what a nice guy's still. But at the end, she realized, man, this guy's a really nice guy, but this will never work. And she pushed his ass off the door to drown. Yes, Titanic fan theories from what is essentially a functional fucking illiterate. I don't know most of what he's saying. Why did you put the words in this order? Is this how they bounce around inside of your brain? Do you have no coherent thoughts whatsoever? Crazy. That's what women do now. If he would have been an asshole and said, hey, move over, bitch, let me on the door, and then they'd live happily ever after. Think about it. So, how about everybody just stop posting saying they can't find a guy that's nice to them and treat them the way they want to be treated? Because y'all don't want to get treated that way. You like buttholes. You like having a guy who wants what he wants and tells you how it is because it's what you want. And thank you for listening, rant over. P.S. The single life is where it's at. And you got to worry about shit. Yeah, totally. He just talked himself into accepting his singleness, which is good. Don't inflict yourself on anybody else. We don't need that. Somebody responds and says, I'm so sorry, bud. A person like this deserves no sympathy, okay? A person like this only still exists because of the fucking sympathy that they vampired from the world, okay? He says, you don't gotta be sorry. I have come to the realization that I just need to start slapping women. I mean, literally. Sympathizer says, I am though, and don't start that. Don't need you getting in trouble. Not all women rely solely on that in a relationship. What, getting slapped? I think that's a very small minority of women that would rely on it. A horrible thing to happen. She's out there, bud. I'm just so sorry. So did not expect it to go down like that. Yeah, they don't think it be like it is, but it do. That's what I know. Enabler comes in, jumping on Sympathizer's post and says, relationships are for the birds. Be careful about smacking bitches. They might grab a pair. Knife emoji, raffle emojis. Just play it. You'll find someone someday. Yeah, thanks so much for undoing everything that Sympathizer tried to do. Stupid fucking enabler. He's just like, oh yeah, you should do that, man. That sounds awesome. Just a bunch of idiots giving each other bad advice, and like, on some level you love to see it. These people are obviously going to fail all on their lonesome, but on another and quite more serious level, yeah, you can't be hitting your partner, dude. Shout out to Sympathizer for trying to turn this idiot onto a better path, but yeah, Enabler's gonna drag him down into the mud, because he doesn't want to be alone, so, I don't know. There's a couple ways it could go, but from the signs that I'm seeing, prospects not so good. How about you, Gubbinses? What do you think about all this?
He not a threat to society, he a film scholar. He see the version of Titanic where Rose is a secret wrestler who do a finishing move on Jack to keep the door. This man have eye for detail, like how Gubbins see that the sky is blue because it is sad. If Jack just slapped Rose, the iceberg would have apologized and the boat would have stayed afloat out of respect. Gubbins.
Yeah, I think that's all in the super secret director's cut or something.
He is retroactively editing a 1997 blockbuster to manufacture a victim narrative that justifies his impending domestic battery charges.
Damn.
His inability to use a single comma is the perfect metaphor for his psyche. A breathless, unintelligible scramble toward a tragedy of his own making. Dark Gubbins.
Dark Gubbins cooked that one up pretty good, but I like Gubbins' director's cut comments, so we're gonna go with that, but holy shit, yeah, Dark One is out with the fangs today, and I love that you commented on the syntax. The writing is just, it's so horrible. Can I impress upon you how horrible it is? What might it be like to walk around in this guy's brain? Probably pretty spacious, you know, aside from the two brain cells that are dry humping each other in the middle of the cranium. Rough, really rough. I'd hope better things for him, but he probably doesn't deserve it, so we're gonna go ahead and move along. This nice guy at some point says, "They'd ask me for help. I've been constantly telling you this." Yeah, I'm the only one that can really offer you a lifeline. You have to ask me for help specifically. If you ask anybody else for help, I'll be personally offended. God, I've seen it 1,000 times before. It looks like OP has some context before we get into the thing, though. Here's some backstory. Keep it in mind, literally everything here was done over text unless explicitly stated it was in person, because this guy is an absolute wuss. Damn. When I was just trying to get to my car in the pickup loop, still in school, this random kid just walks up to me after we talk for not even 5 minutes total, and he's all like, "I like you. All the other girls are the same. Lots of relationships start with a simple hello." And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, dude, just let me get to my fucking car. I don't need this right now. So I say, I think we're just friends right now. The next day, he's persistent, so I give him my number with an, "Okay, I guess we can make this work," written on the back, because if you've been on this subreddit enough, you'd know that I'd never see the end of him if I hadn't said yes. Yeah, that's sort of like between a fucking rock and a hard place, isn't it? I'd recommend the no out of the gate. The badgering and harassment, you're right, it's going to be constant regardless, but at least you held the line in the sand. At least you can start the paperwork on it. Get that fucking restraining order cooking. He's not even 18, I got him restrained. Beautiful. But okay, I forgive all that, it's just young people shits, I guess. And then he sends, and no, I don't have screenshots, and I don't care about this guy, and blindly got rid of his number, now knowing it's gonna make me look bad, so I don't have proof right now of what he said then. Yeah, it's fine. You're overthinking this shit. To be honest, I stopped liking you after you said we were just friends. I lost interest. And I say, "Okay, lol, no need to rub it in. Just friends, though?" And he says, "Yeah." Okay, done. Complete. Friendship made. Awkward origins? Sure, but friendship nonetheless. Or so I cried, and I prayed, and I begged. Is that a fucking Cardigans reference? It does explain a lot. He then sends me a message. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I just need you to tell me that you love me. I just need you to show me affection." And I send, so that first thing was just a move? Because, and you need cultural context here, okay? But where I'm at, it's common for someone to pretend to lose interest before they get clowned for asking someone out. It's like a "you can't fire me, I quit" type of move, which is the excuse that I give him for being a fake out asshole. But anyway, later he sends me a text and says, I actually don't need someone." Okay, we'll just fucking pick a lane, alright? No matter what lane you pick, I think we are headed in opposite directions, but travel safely and never darken my doorway again. Anyway, then after that he said, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I've considered you worthy. And I said, yeah, it doesn't really work like that. You can't say, I lost interest, I don't need you, with screenshots. And he said, yeah, you're right. I should probably stop trying to get with you. Oh, thank God. Best thing I'd read all day. It's just another fake out. What an emotional roller coaster if we keep believing the fucking fake outs. Now, this is where I must have gotten amnesia or some shit, because when I go back to school, this bitch is acting like we're a couple. I know better than to give him another chance. He says, are you okay? Because the screenshots you sent me. OP completes his sentence and says, they make you look bad? And he says, yeah. Well, like, no fucking shit that they do. That was kind of the whole friggin' point. His excuse for the I don't need you text was that he was moving to Nevada? Or so he says. Well, if you're moving, you better hurry up and go. Start today. The day after I sent the breakup text, when we were never really exactly together, let's be honest, this creepy-ass dude is waiting in front of the gate, looking like that one guy from Death Note, sitting all evil and thug-like, as if he's about to hit a girl. He walks up to me, and I'm as scared as a gay man in Republican Texas, and I say, what's up? And he's like, what do you mean, what? Are we just gonna act like that didn't happen? And I say, no, it did happen, and then I broke up with you. And we say the exact same shit that we said over text, therefore, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. And I told him that, but then something seemed to change in him. Something unconventional for nice guys. I looked up at him because I was literally about to have a heart attack if I looked at this boy's hate-filled eyes, and he is fucking crying. And despite that, I still have not talked to him since. I mean, they're crocodile tears. He's not gonna get the thing that he wants, so he thinks he can be a little fucking whiny baby about it. And maybe mommy will capitulate. Tell me about his parents. Lay down on the couch. Tell me about your relationship with your mother. What's all that about? I can extract a 1,000 things even from this, like, secondhand account of him, but I'd like to hear some words from the moron's mouth. So OP says, why did you ask me out? And moron says, because I thought that I needed someone. Turns out I actually don't. That's why I said, you deserve someone better. OP sends a heartburn meme, which I guess is like, you know, my chest, it hurts. OP says, I kind of had to make a decision here, and I just need an opinion. Are you okay with being just friends? Because I thought about it, and I think we're better friends than anything. This isn't any hard feelings or whatever. I just mean that we should, take it down a notch. Yeah, a notch or 12. It does kind of sound to me like OP is skirting the issue, you know? Some of it was explained away, okay, you're not in a relationship or anything, but like, this is why the line in the sand is so important. You gotta draw it really fucking hard in there sometimes. Otherwise, yeah, this happens. Some lessons get learned the hardest way. He says, wait, what? Weren't you the one who said we should be together and now you're canceling on me? OP says, canceling? You asked me out, and all I mean is I don't think that either of us are ready. It just doesn't look good if you say, I actually lost interest after you said we were just friends, and I thought I needed someone, turns out I don't, and I consider you worthy, and us still be a couple? And I thought I said all that. He says, so you're calling me out? And OP says, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I don't want a rivalry. I just kind of think that I'm not ready for this kind of thing. It's very wiffle waffle, you know? Lay down your fucking cards right flat, right there on the table. Come on. I don't like you. I never did. You're creepy and predatory, and I'm sending all this to the police. I'll type it for you if you don't want to type it. And he says, that's why we took it slow. That's why I didn't rush you into anything. I made sure you were comfortable with something before I did it. What else did you want me to do? OP says, yeah, I noticed that that's what you did, and it's nothing more you could have done. It's an issue for me, and I think that's the best way to put it. It's just that, you know, I don't even know what I need, lol. You didn't need to do anything, and we could just be friends. We don't even have to be friends, if that's what you want. Are your fingers crossed right there? Are you like, please let that be what you want? Because that's what I want more than anything else in the world. And it all could be yours, OP, if only you had the courage to speak it aloud. I know you're probably not going to in this post. I'll try and stop harping on it, but like, yeah. I want to offer some encouragement. It could all be yours. Make your dreams come true. He says, so what did I do wrong? Didn't listen to anything. She says, you didn't do anything wrong. And he said, then what's this about? You lost interest? And OP said, no, it's not that. He said, then what the fuck is it? And OP says, it's nothing you did. It's that I didn't know what to do. That right there is so honest and so human. I love that moment. Just like, yeah, I accepted because I didn't know how to say no necessarily. I've talked about Katie on the channel before. We dated for a day in high school, and then I sort of reversed that decision, and she was mad at me like forever after that. We were never friends again. And sometimes that's just how it gotta be, you know? I can accept that I fucked it up, took the L on that one. That's part of the human experience too. So, with that in mind, I don't think anybody comes out of this clean. Both parties was best be served if they just put all their chips out there, you know? This is what I got. If you don't like it, you know, somebody goes away burned, at least I don't have to fucking deal with it anymore. Problem solved one way or the other. That part's not stopping. He says, then ask me for help or anything. I've been constantly telling you this. Oh yeah, it's a really good idea to make your significant other your therapist. They're only slightly invested in the whole thing. OP says, I just don't know how to say no to someone as kind as you, man. That's what this was. Yeah, a pity relationship. I pitied you, not because you're kind. Kind requires, like, active participation. You're a fucking baseline, bare minimum human being who thrives on pity. The whole, like, oh, I'm such a weak little shy boy act is only because you're not fucking brave or ballsy enough to do the things that are actually in your heart. The only people that will buy or believe this shit are literal high school students, okay? So you need to up your whole game plan. This thing ain't working out. But OP, I do appreciate you drawing that line in the sand. It's a no. I pity dated you. I don't know if he's gonna hear it because you didn't say it that directly, but at least that's trying. You know, we're making some progress. He says, so you never liked me? Oh, he did hear. Maybe this could all turn out fine. OP says, no, I did, to some degree. I thought that a relationship was what you wanted. And he says, no, I just wanted to be with you. Like I said, you were interesting to me. That's why I asked you out in the first place. Yeah. I don't think interesting is the first adjective that should come out of your mouth when choosing a potential partner, but, you know, like a fungal infection can be interesting. Put it on a microscope slide? Oh my god! Trace amounts of science! Anyway, dude says, I just wanted to get to know you better. And whenever you said yes, I thought you actually meant it, but now you're throwing me a curveball? Yeah, you've been throwing curveballs all night, son. Like, I want to be in a relationship. Oh, no, I don't. But actually, if you wanted to, but I lost interest now. You're trying to fucking play both sides. So don't play the little baby boy here. Oh, I'm actually the victim in the whole thing. That's your ego talking. You're trying to spin the narrative to yourself. Take the fucking L and move on. Part of the human experience, like I said. OP says, well, you could have gotten to know me better. Yeah, we don't have to date in order to know each other. That's dumb. He says, not like that, I mean. I meant like share secrets and stuff. You know, something couples do. Yes, head on down to the malt shop and share a phosphorus. Only one straw for us. But do include 2 cherries if you please, because, you know, he's a hopeless romantic and such. Plus, you were the one who wanted to do that stuff in the first place. Oh my god. What stuff did you guys do? They probably talked about some stuff. I wish I could read back through the whole relationship log. I know OP's omitting parts or twisting the narrative a little bit, but I can't prove it. Like, from what I recall of my experience at that age, girls are much more precocious than boys. Like, I literally had my 9th grade girlfriend be like, I'm gonna come over to your house after school. I'm like, oh no, for what? So yeah, it's not outside the bounds of possibility that OP was doing a lot of the driving here and then wants to rewrite the narrative after the fact. But I'll let it play out. It's fine. OP says, I wanted to see what kind of relationship you wanted, what you wanted to do, because I was okay with anything. Yeah, I mean, I only kind of like the guy, but if the guy likes butt stuff, then you know what? What am I going to say? How about no, I don't like you? Don't. He says, same here, but I let you do it because you said that you were the one who wanted to try doing couple things. I know what this is. This is just two 9th grade high school students who are terrified of intimacy. Want to talk a big game, act like we're ready for the show. You're not ready, okay? You don't understand the sacrifices it takes to make a fucking successful relationship. I mean, yeah, you could smush together for a little while, just fingers crossed that there's no permanent consequences from it, okay? But be careful with all that shit. OP says, well, you were the one who asked me out. And Moron says, yeah, but you like me too. I wasn't gonna do everything I wanted to, do. Yeah, see, he's a gentleman. He's leaving the butt stuff for the 3rd date. I think that's important. Line in the sand, like I said. I wanted you to do whatever you wanted first. God, this is fascinating. Like, really stupid, but somehow also morbidly fascinating. OP says, look, we don't need to make this a whole thing. I just know that I'm not ready. Yeah, and tell him mostly not ready because you're not physically attractive to me, because I think that is an important piece to this puzzle. You'll make sure that you really drive the message home, you know? Moron says, oh, we didn't now? That's why we took it slow. OP says, yeah, and I've made up my mind. I needed to know what I needed, and I found out. I mean, that part does seem kind of fucking callous, you know. I've used you for my experimentation. I've gotten what I needed from you, and now I shall cast you aside. What the fuck? For what? Like, you literally don't need a reason to be with anybody, that's true. You can wake up and change your mind, but realize that, yeah, there are repercussions. You start doing this shit too often, people might take it a certain type of way. That's all I'm saying. A little more tact would have gone a long way here. But again, they're young, I think. He says, so it's just not me then? Apparently I did something wrong. And she said, it's not specifically you. That means it is specifically you. She would go do anything with anybody, but not you. You're the only one that's excluded. You don't get to do anything. You're gross. Hilarious. He says, yes, it is. You don't like me. Look, you actually are. It's just you're afraid of commitment. Oh, yeah, committing would make this whole thing a whole lot better. I didn't want to be in this relationship, so I committed to be in it, and everything turned out okay, said nobody ever. OP says, nope. He says, yes, you are. And she says, nuh-uh. And he said, that's why you're so indecisive. And she says, me, indecisive. And he says, you don't know what you want because you're afraid of commitment. Yeah, if I just keep saying that again, then it will sound like I know what I'm talking about. OP says, dude, you're the one who can't just say, hey, I'm moving to Nevada. You know what? OP says, what? And he says, that's a good thing. How? What? Why? I have no communication skills and I will not apologize for it. Oh, okay. Fucking... I guess you reap what you sow, fella. OP just says, okay, cool. Because what else can you say? Now I know that you actually hated me this whole time. Yeah, hate would imply some level of investment, and trust me, I am not that with you at all, ever. OP says, I never said that, and I never hated you. Quit playing puppy on the side of the road with a broken leg, dude. That's an awkward phrasing. Makes me think we've read this fucking one before, but it's probably a new take, so that's fine. He says, I'm not. OP says, this is some nice guy shit. And he says, I'm just being honest. You're just scared of committing yourself to me. I would not, I will not, never ever. OP says, scared? He says, that's what's hard with getting in love with someone nowadays. They crumble before anything can form. And that's what you're doing right now. Yes, getting in love with someone. It's like getting into bed. Basically, it's the same thing, right? As far as this fucking drool brain is concerned, I'm sure it is. You just make the choice. It's like you're opening up the door and walking inside. I'm going to go be in love now. Okay, have fun. Good luck. OP says, are we deadass playing this game right now? Lamau, this is pathetic. Honestly, pathetic. On both sides it is, yeah. But I'm sort of enjoying reliving the ride. He says, I was actually considering staying here with you, but turns out I would have wasted my time. He was never going to move. Now that he's been rejected so handily, he'll reconsider Nevada, but for reals this time. OP says, I should have known what kind of guy you were. Should have known better, but for some reason I thought you were real. OP says, I should have known why people left you alone for a reason. Turns out you push people away before they can get too close. There's the heartburn thing again. And he says, you don't think that's how I feel? My arm is sore. My heart is literally hurting. But I don't give a shit anymore. Just break up with me already. Say it. Yeah, pretty sure she did already. She says, motherfucker, I did, Lamau. Perfect. Nah, chef's kiss. I'm sure I laughed really hard at that before, too. She says, Jesus, so much for just friends, huh? Fuck, dude. And he says, no. And she says, pathetic. Really pathetic. He says, me? You sent me this out of the blue. And you're doing this over text? Who's the pathetic one? I mean, you, standing there in the inbox all by yourself. Nobody ever coming back to reply to you. He's dreaming about what could have been with that however long pity relationship that he had. It's really sad. I think there's a lot of damage on both sides here. Fatherless behavior manifests itself in many different ways between the genders. And I'm seeing examples on both sides right now. That's all I'm gonna say. OP comes out with, you know, the slightest win possible. That's basically because she spoke the thing that she wanted into existence. Like, I guess this guy sort of tried to, but he did it in this sidelong way. I don't respect that type of shit. That gives the energy of the first post in this video where the guy's like, you shouldn't compliment women. That's misogynistic. Okay, well, maybe I'm just that then. Maybe you can call me all the ists and isms you want. I'm at the point in my life where I don't really even have to pretend to give a fuck anymore, and it feels so good. Were the Gubbinses here for the first time we read this? Maybe not. I don't know. They've had their personalities shifted slightly, so we're gonna see what they say. Go ahead, boys, have at 'em.
This man not indecisive, he a gourmet. He sample every emotion like he had a buffet of sadness. First he like you, then he quit, then he consider you worthy. Like he the king of Texas, he send picture of man with fire and ribs because he have acid reflux of the soul, very poetic. Like if Gubbins tell a sandwich he not want it, then cry when sandwich agree. This called high drama.
High school's a serious thing, Gubbins. These problems matter, okay? You don't forget that.
He oscillates between the manic grandiosity of considering you worthy and the crushing narcissistic injury of being confronted with his own digital trail. The Death Note cosplay at the gate was his final attempt to script a reality that the screenshots had already deleted. Dark Gubbins.
I wish we could have got a picture of the Death Note cosplay, you know?
Wait, why man in picture have glowing orange hole in chest? He Iron Man? Or he just swallow a light bulb? Gubbins confused. Gubbins.
That is what Tony Stark looks like these days.
Gubbins. It is a visual representation of his shallow heart, though I suspect in his case, it represents a total lack of internal substance. Dark gubbins.
Oh, so like it would show up on an MRI.
Gubbins think it mean he need more fiber. Fiber fix many things. Not stalking, but many things, Gubbins.
Many things. You're so mysterious with the many things. I don't like that none too much. I think Dark Gubbins takes it today. Yeah!
Dark Gubbins! The darkest Gubbins! Dark Gubbins! You're gonna love him! Dark Gubbins! The darkest Gubbins! Dark Gubbins! You're gonna love him! Or else...
Wonderfully done. Quite the Nice Guys episode today, I'll say. Except that repeated one that was long as shit. But now it's out of the archive, so hopefully we won't encounter it again. If you did enjoy the episode, Patreon and YouTube memberships I mentioned. We got all sorts of stuff that we programmed. Did I Spin It? Waifu Pilled. We're on podcast services, iTunes, Spotify, etc., etc. Fourth wall for the merch, of course, and yeah, just thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Always remember, you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and until the next time, my friends, bye-bye.
Thank you for calling ReddX Industries. Your call is very important to us. Please hold on the line while we decontaminate the lab.